Okay, I think we're streaming again. We suffered a hard crash there, so session 2 of the data mining thing is going to be separated into like 2 separate videos or whatever. That being said, give me a few moments here to. I won't repost links anywhere, I don't think. I will say stream crash, but there's a new link.
Well, it turns out that once you start a new stream, it kills the chat for the old stream. So I tried to share the link and
oh, gotcha.
Whatever.
Of course. Okay. Let me just pull up now my channel again so I can see chat. Okay. Oh yeah, and I can stream my own video playback at a much lower bit rate. That's fine. I don't really need to see my own video in that way. Okay, I think we are up and running again. Sorry, everyone, for the downtime there. Welcome back. Okay. Yeah, the game crashed, but it's funny because after it crashed, it's like, why would just the act of trying to boot the game back up is what hard crashed everything on my computer. And I was like, oh damn, I really didn't like that. Weird. Opening the game back up. Please be normal. Okay, we are good. We are back to Firelink Shrine. Oh yeah, let me scroll down on the spreadsheet too, so we're actually where we are. Okay. Ooh, a few things I gotta change in the game here. That is not... Music off. It's a bit much to talk over. Sound effects way down. That's fine. And to get rid of this, don't need any of that. Okay, new stream is good, and... Alright. Finally back at Firelink. Let's see what else we can find here. Let's scroll this down. And I am going to start using Gadget for invulnerability, because there's no point in running 2 instances of like all those debug interfaces just to keep doing that every time. So let's just go to...
Well, and also Gadget can just like leave it on permanently.
Yes. So there we go. Now I don't have to keep like telling my character no death and that kind of stuff. So event, draw, region draw, and we'll just check out the second box in this area. 2120, I think, is what we're on. Yep.
It's also near the crow.
It's also near the crow. Well, I learned my lesson last time. We are not messing with this cutscene. This looks larger to me. This feels like this is... resting in this region as a ball or something is what satisfies the thing, probably. Is my first guess. I don't know.
Yep.
Cool.
Which shows the prompt and checks to see if you're in there to curl up as a ball.
Cool. Yeah, and it's the center of your model needs to be like past the line, basically. The very... Yep. So it's not just touching the line. Okay, that seems pretty straightforward. What is this? 2000. Do you know where the next one is?
I do. The next couple are in the elevator shaft.
Ah, okay. I realized I could like look at the coordinates and try to find it out that way, but okay. Okay, so I guess it's just like pressure plate stuff for the elevator.
Yep.
That's going to be that one, so I'm guessing the next one is probably the one on the left. Yep, that's pretty predictable at that point. See, but now I'm tempted to mess with all of these sorts of things because this shouldn't break the game. We're not traveling through a cutscene, so let's go back down here and see if I can trigger a pressure plate from outside the elevator shaft entirely. That'd be fun. So
the skater asks or says the pressure plate is a script. I thought it was just an object. So again, in the Souls games, well, this Souls game, the objects can play animations and stuff, but for the most part, unless it actually has a prompt or something like a lever or a door, it basically can't do anything on its own. Like, objects can't do that. So all this object is doing is playing a canned animation, and it is reliant entirely on events to manage. Is the elevator supposed to be up or down? And then using these regions to decide if you've stepped on the pressure plate. So you can even see that these regions are more generous than the pressure plate actually is. It's quite a bit larger.
It is very fun being able to move them and step on them. I'm quite thrilled at this development. Yeah, being able to move these things around is great for testing. So yeah, clearly the elevator pressure plate, no question about that. For those two, 2000 and 2001.
And then the next two are the ones at the top.
The ones at the top. Cool. So yeah, I'm not even gonna. Here, I'll display one for a split second just to get some in-game visual confirmation. But we know, yeah, that's not cool. We can just zip right past them. Okay, let me scroll down in the spreadsheet here.
I don't recognize this next one. Oh, guess I probably should.
Let's see here. Let's see, we have OBS and chat and game. Yeah, where's this one located?
This is in the other elevator, the New Londo elevator.
New Londo elevator. Oh, here. Okay. So
on the way down.
We'll see if that's just the other pressure plate. Oh no, it's on the way down. Okay. Huh? Let's see. What is this region? Weird. Yeah, something partway down. Would it have something to do with, like, is it queuing, like, it's some sort of New Londo Ruins related stuff? Yeah, I don't know.
No, it is killing you.
It's killing us.
Yeah.
Is that if we fall down the elevator shaft without the like the elevator's at the bottom or something? Do we die before we've?
Yeah. So they specifically, and I suspect this is the case, they don't want you falling down the elevator shaft and hitting the button.
Right.
Or something like that. Like, that would look very odd. So as soon as you pass through that region, it instantly kills you. If the elevator is at the bottom or something like that.
The thing is, though, that I'm pretty sure in my mapless run, I did actually reset the elevator by falling all the way down, though.
Well, maybe it doesn't work quite right.
So maybe it doesn't work quite right. Yeah, let's mess with that right now.
This is called... Because this script has a different name than what I expect.
Yeah, because it wouldn't be Death Cam or something like that normally. That would just be a collision.
Oh, I see. It's not for the player. I misread it. I just assumed it was for the player. This is for NPCs. If you kick them down the elevator shaft, I don't know how you would possibly get anybody down here.
Oh, that rules. That rules. What the hell? So it's a custom death box for NPCs?
Yeah, it's I think to ensure that their items get dropped. down like in Firelink or something like that. It's not entirely clear to me. Oh yeah, or sorry, it's not their items. It's setting their like death flag and stuff. I guess if they fell down the elevator shaft and you weren't down there, they'd fall like out of load, and so they have to put a thing before the bottom so that it makes sure that the NPC counts as dead before they actually fall out of loading and would just be frozen and not actually die. So it just like kills them right there. That's very interesting.
Let's see how this works out.
Lousy rat. You have some nerve.
Can I get crestfallen down here? Let's go.
Again, if this is true, if this is what this is for, this is one of those things that I would simply never consider that they need to do, but like obviously they have to for the point, to polish the game, right?
Right.
Very cool.
All right, he's coming to the elevator shaft. All right, let me turn on no damage for him, because that's a way I can like bully him into the pit without killing him by accident. What NPC number are you? Here we go. So no damage. That won't protect him from something like that. But it's just so he doesn't lose health if I hit him with the weapon by accident. Okay. Hold on. Oh no, he learned my ways. He didn't. He saw what I was trying to do, and he's like, "Nope, I'm getting away from that elevator shaft." All right, let's try this again. Wait. Is there an invisible enemy wall here that I forgot about?
I guess I can't see collisions in my Smith box, so I don't know.
Yeah, I'll be able to see that quite easily in a second. So it looks like this wasn't even possible in the first place.
Well, I'm sad now.
Yeah, but hold on. There's more than one way to skin a cat. We can. I'll check for that invisible wall in a second. But first things first is switch control player. So now we are crestfallen, and now he's absolutely screwed. Yeah, we can't go through here. Yeah, I'll actually look for it now. We'll go to hits. It wouldn't be A16. It's gonna be A10. Yeah, there's an invisible enemy wall here. That's a fun one. I don't think I showed that in my video. Just because there weren't like any enemies nearby. Yeah, it has like a little bit of a floor to it before a cylinder sticks up. That's fun.
Now, since you have control of him, can you?
I can debug dash 1000%. So yeah, we are.
Can you get through it?
Yeah. Yeah, he is not. As soon as we hit this, I think we're dead. Maybe not.
Well, for crestfallen.
Oh shit! Damn it! I went outside the map by accident. Let me pull the elevator up and try to get him to ride it down and see what happens. Because again, he should be able to die. I turned on no damage, but that's not how they would. They're not damaging him with that, right? They're just trying to kill him directly.
Yeah, it's calling force character death. I don't know how that works.
Okay, well, what we'll do is we'll get the elevator up. We'll just ride it down, and I'll disable the no damage thing for crestfallen. Really doesn't seem like it should matter. Yeah, because all I had was no damage. I didn't have no hit, and I didn't have no dead on. Refill his HP. Oh, he's not even capable of triggering the thing, but we'll ride down with him. So let's do, because he can't get out of here now. He's trapped in an invisible enemy wall. So we do return control player. He's trying to get out of here, but it's not going to go well.
It's like torturing NPCs.
He's just going to disappear, and we get Oh wait, but we got souls that time though.
Yeah, so it would instantly kill him and give. Yeah, so if you got souls, then it instantly killed him. It disables his gravity, forces his instant death, and sets his quest flag.
Oh yeah, now I hear he's dying death animation at his starting location because he died the same moment like he teleported away.
Cool.
Oh, that's fun. That's fun. Love that. Yeah, someone was saying weird there wasn't a death animation. It was just he teleported away the second it was trying to start, and because he was like de-rendered from down there, like it didn't get to play out. So it loaded when we
I guess they just decided to put the invisible wall because they're like, well, it's not that big of a deal to have an invisible wall instead of doing all this.
Yeah, just the awkwardness of getting him down that elevator shaft and all the weird shit that could happen. It's like, just block it off. Just block it off. Like, if any player thinks to lure him all the way down to the elevator shaft when they have ample cliffs over here, right? Like, it'd be different if this was an entirely indoor location. So someone might reasonably think, oh, that elevator shaft is a pit. Like, let me go lure him to that. But the devs kind of knew, like, dude, there's cliffs everywhere up here. Like, no one is trying to kill him in the elevator shaft. Like, no one. So, not saying that's never happened before. Like, I'm sure it has, but
for
yeah,
every single NPC. So
yeah,
yeah, crazy.
I love that. So yeah, I don't know what to call that region, but it's just like NPC death trigger, NPC death box. That's funny as hell. I love that. What is next? So this is 2100.
I think you'll find this one pretty fast.
Okay.
It is back in the main area.
Yep. Yeah, this is a position for our first time flying here from the asylum.
Yeah, I think that's right.
It's got to be
checked. I have to open the asylum script again.
Yeah.
But
which, you know, is likely a separate thing from your default position in the map, which I think just happens to be the same thing, probably. But yeah, this I'm sure will probably tell us specifically after the cutscene where to wind up.
Yeah, nothing too complicated there.
Excellent. Okay. Where is this next one? Oh, okay. This is probably warping to something with warping to the altar. Was that directly under here? Wait, no. Where was that then? Let's try that again. What the hell are you? Oh, wait. Did I just... Did I draw the box
I
again?
think you were moving the box around or something. I don't know. This one should be over by the bridge.
Can I not read? Do you have the wrong number? 2. Oh, I still had the other one drawn. So I was confused. I was looking down at the... Okay. Oh, shit. Shit, this is cut content.
Yep.
Yeah.
The next 6 or 5 of them all say Hellkite.
Yeah, this is cut content.
So you can just turn the next 5 of them on that all start with that prefix there.
Yeah, let me do that. I'll clear out some enemies here, and then I'll pull up a video for chat.
Yeah.
Let's see.
If you want to scroll down in the spreadsheet too, so chat can help translate whatever these are.
Oh, yeah.
Might as well have them all on screen.
OBS will cut off a few of the bottom ones, but that's okay. For a second, I'll scroll down in a second.
I will check to see if these scripts still exist. I suspect they don't.
So yeah, if anyone doesn't know why there would be unused Hellkite stuff here, it's because the Hellkite Drake used to perch up on top of the aqueduct tunnel at some point earlier in development. And you can even see it in early trailers for the game. Let me see if I can pull that up somewhere. Let's see. Okay. Wait. No, leave that one like that, and then let's see. Dark Souls launch trailer? What am I looking for? Official trailer number 1? So I don't think we have to go to the project. This wasn't just like part of the Project Dark teaser, I don't think. Maybe it was. Which trailer is it that has the early Hellkite here?
I think it is in the Project Dark trailer. I thought it was in more than that, but maybe I'm wrong.
Project Dark teaser. I wish we had a higher quality.
You don't like the
weird off-screen like
filmed
projection
on a potato?
Yeah, filmed on a potato recording of like a projector where you can see like projection where you can see like the texture of like the screen that it's projected on. Wait, I don't think it is the Project Dark teaser either. Official trailer number 2. Chat's got us covered. Dark Souls official trailer. Oh yeah, it's the thumbnail for it. Shows. So
Okay.
I'm just gonna link to that to the chat instead of like playing it in the video or whatever. But here you go. You can see funny Hellkite placement in this video. So that's fun. Let me see if I can find the timestamp.
That looks like 22 seconds or so.
Oh, that's the most replayed part of the video. That's great. Yeah. A bunch of people now have gone back and probably been like,
wait.
Yeah, like wait, like what is that? Like why? That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, you can also see if you pause it on the Hellkite, you can see like a ladder at the end of the placement of the ladder doesn't make any sense because it's running up the wall and not the tunnel. To make this more sense, I'll actually show it in game, but
yeah, like where would you even go? I guess get up there and attack Hellkite?
It shows a ladder right here running up this. So it's like, how would that get me on top of this? That's not how ladders work in the game. it would need to be up against this to go up it. But yeah, so there's a cut ladder, Hellkite Drake up here, perched on top of this. Pretty incredible stuff.
I guess it makes sense that there's no nav mesh connections left. That's what I was checking. But if they had left nav mesh connections, enemies might try and like go there, so they'd have to get rid of it.
That's great. Yeah. So how many of these unused Hellkite regions are there?
It's all the ones that I have selected. So it is down to the one ending in 25.
Oh, cool. Yeah, we can just all mark those in as unused Hellkite regions, which is great.
Yeah, I guess you can show them off if you want.
Yeah, I only drew like the first several of them, but if this goes up to 2100, then what's this? Just zoom out. Okay, yeah, there's one inside the tunnel. That makes sense. I bet you it's if you were going around and it was still alive up top, they would want some sort of reaction if you're inside. Yeah, some sort of behavior when you're inside the tunnel. Maybe it flies away. That would be interesting if its original intention was multiple stage encounter. Like, not here instead, but kind of like we see it fly when we get in the Undead Berg from that general direction. It's like it just flew away from the from being on top of the aqueduct tunnel. Actually, yeah. That's where it comes from. So I think where we first see it is kind of what was initially set up to be like phase 2 of it. Kind of like, oh, you already saw him down there. Now you realize that he's flying to the next part of the level instead of meeting him here for the first time. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I assumed it was more like he would just be positioned here as a trap, like in Demon Souls.
Yeah.
But
So it looks like, so there's this, the point on top is where he's anchored, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's the going up the cliff face. I think that is the second region. That is his long range attack.
Yeah, that makes sense. Of course, that's what. Yeah, 100% makes sense. He would start breathing on fire on you as soon as you get to the stairs. Yeah.
And the one on the bridge is obviously close range attack.
Yeah, probably swipes or whatever, or a different fire breath or something.
Yeah. So then there's one across the doorway going in to the aqueduct, but I guess it's probably coming out, maybe, because it's the thing that I, based on the name, would be telling Hellkite to fly away. And the one inside the aqueduct is, based on the name, would have made the script make Hellkite invincible. So I suspect you would have not been able to go up the aqueduct the way that we currently do, would have crossed the cut bridge into Lower Berg, come all the way back up. Now you're in the aqueduct. Once you get inside the aqueduct, it makes Hellkite invincible, so you can't just like kill him somehow.
Yeah, you can't just like clip his tail through the wall or something like that a million times.
And then as you step through the door, he flies off, and then, okay, you've unlocked a shortcut, but now you can move into Undead Berg. Oh, Hellkite's back again.
Yeah.
So that would be cool.
That's super cool. I like that a lot. Okay. And so, yeah, let's see what's next here.
I guess I'll give these some names quickly. But, well, I can just say Hellkite on Aqueduct cut event or something.
Yeah. So we are on to 2110. Oh, no. Okay, let's see if I can find this one. Oh, here we go. Yeah, 2110 is something with interacting with Frampt, possibly initializing the cutscene to be taken down to the sunlight altar, I'm guessing. Or getting dropped back off if you're lifted out of the sunlight altar.
Yeah, again, it doesn't... I guess I have to go to the kiln, maybe, to find this, because I suspect this is the same deal.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Play cutscene and work player to this point. So yeah, this is Frampt taking you back out of the Firelink altar.
Cool. All right, no mystery there. We can move on. Yeah, I knew that the next one was going to be in here. I don't know. So I know when falling down. Let's see if that's what that is. Oh, I think this will load if I loaded a kill box somehow. I don't like that. Let's try this again. Does no dead?
I mean, there is a kill box here. But...
Yeah, no dead should normally prevent me from interacting with those, but maybe it works a little bit differently in oh, no death, no kill boxes. That was separated out somehow in DSR Gadget. Interesting. I was not aware. That's not separated in debug. Okay. Let's try this again. This is 211. go. Yeah, that's just the transition point for loading the Firelink altar, I guess, right?
Yeah.
The screen went black as I faded through, but it didn't actually load when I fell down there, which is interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of not super obvious to me. I guess it says
It didn't fade to black my second time falling through, which is kind of interesting.
Well, no, I guess the script should restart. I'm not sure. Yeah, it's basically responsible for warping you to the Firelink altar.
Maybe it doesn't fully work yet when the water's not trained or something. I don't know.
Let's see. If you're inside this area, depending on if 710 is on, so that would be, I think, if you have the Lord Vessel.
That
Either
could be it.
play the cutscene and warp the player, or kill the player. So.
Interesting. Yeah, let me give myself the Lord Vessel. Key items, Lord Vessel.
I think that's what 710 is, and it would make sense. So. Although...
I already triggered it and it didn't work, so hold on. I gotta like...
Yeah, because it's not owning the Lord Vessel, it's obtaining the Lord Vessel correctly. So you could turn flag 710 on, but yeah.
Yeah, this still might not work then. Let's see what happens. Oh, those are already on because of... Yeah. Oh, okay, it worked. That's fun.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah, because at least when you directly mod the Lord Vessel to your inventory, it does still trigger, like, by the power of the Lord Vessel text prompt. So it did realize we obtained it. So that's cool that we didn't actually have to get it from Guinevere.
I forgot there's a common event that handles that.
Yeah.
But yeah, otherwise it would kill you. Which I think people are surprised by because they don't normally try jumping into that pit. Like, you absolutely can.
Oh, yeah. As long as you have the Lord Vessel, you can go... Yeah, yeah.
Right, because, like, Framped is there... after you ring the bell, so you can jump in there at any point. But yeah, it'll just kill you. I know this for sure. But once you get the Lord Vessel, of course, then you can jump in there. So
yeah.
But yeah, plenty of people are surprised that are like, oh, I didn't realize that it's going to kill you if you jump in early, because they just assume that it'll take you to Firelink altar even before you get the Lord Vessel. All right, so let's say. I don't know what to call this.
Warp point, like, yeah, I guess warp. Do you want to call it like warp toggle? Because you said in certain circumstances it kills you. So I don't know if it's like.
Yeah, I'm just gonna call it like, kiln pit.
Kiln pit. Honestly, yes.
Like, it does two different things, but ultimately it's falling in the pit to get to the kiln. Or maybe not. Who knows? Anyway.
Oh, cool. 4L6 is giving us a sneak peek at the next one, which is something about place that the Firebomb throwing hollow moves to, which is interesting, because I did not know that there were going to be any regions for this. So let's see what's going on there. It is event, draw, region draw. Not that far down yet. Let's see. It's skipping right past it. What the heck is the number on that? That is 2. That's 711. Right here. Huh? Ooh, I do not see a spot for it. Where is this?
It should be over.
Oh, it's down there.
Area. Yeah.
Huh? Does he want to move down there? I'm so confused.
Yeah, this one's puzzling to me.
Like, does he get a new home position if we like pull him away from?
I didn't even know whose AI to check for this. Like, he's nowhere near it, but
Here, so like, here, I don't want to kill him by accident. So like, what does this idiot do? How does he handle this? I'm going to go really far away, probably get at his like leash distance. And where do you want to go? Yeah, no, he remembers his home position, so it's not like I gave him a new home position. The hell?
I don't see it referenced in any events, which makes sense because it's a logic one. So it should be in its AI somewhere.
Very mysterious and weird.
I'm just going to do a full search for this in the AI and see if anybody has anything.
So then doesn't he try to jump down to you if you go down there? Oh, maybe. Let's reset everything. Because it's entirely possible where, like, I thought he was close enough and just kind of, like, fell and, like, but, like, maybe this is a very intentional...
This region is also 1 by 1 by 1, which is suspicious because that's, like, I think their default region size.
We encountered that with, like, the cut rat slide or, you know...
Yeah.
We call it the rat slide, but just the cut slide entrance in the depths or whatever. So, like, does this guy up above... want anything to do with this? Nah, he's just attacking as normal. Someone in chat said rat slide. So there's the slide in the depths behind the giant rat, and you can slide down it at any point. So the confusing part is there if you hug the wall on the left when you go down that slide, that's like a shortcut so that you don't drop further into the level. Just a very small shortcut. But like that left side has an unused region right at the start of that, like a little box there. So we're just trying to puzzle out, like, if enemies were trying to follow you down, maybe were they trying to set up an event where like they knew where to onboard the slide and trigger a certain animation, so they slid down it. Like, we don't know. So we're speculating that it was so that something like the rats could like follow you down the slide better instead of the really glitchy nonsense that happens now. But we don't know for sure. So I'm gonna call it the rat slide. But
okay, this might actually be in his AI. 1 second. This would be somebody whose battle is 254002. I don't know if that exists.
let's see. Let me take a look in the Smith box. 254002, I think you said. Do. 25410 is his Think ID.
I don't understand how this AI works. He can't do it unless requested by an event. So, do any of the hollows here have a entity ID, I wonder?
And did you say it was for a battle ID of 254002?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it is for this guy. Yeah, I just reconfirmed that is him with that battle ID.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll look at the script then. It would tell him to move to it.
What the hell?
Than
Yeah.
you be inside it.
Yeah, that does not seem to be a thing.
Request command slot 1. If you're inside 27710. Okay. That is... Oh, it's under the bridge.
I was just about to say, like, if we go down here, then he wants to come down here.
Yeah, that's not the next event in the list, but it's the one after that. If you want to show the box, I guess. But
Yep. That got him to abandon his post. I
never knew that.
That was my next guess, because I had vague memories of him like being more aggressive about following you down here. Yeah, some people in chat saw it coming too, which is cool. Here we go. So it was a couple more down. So it's checking for being in this region is what gets him to move to this spot right here. That's cool. It's cool seeing that visualized. Yeah, and he stopped at the box. Because most of the other enemies, they'll run like idiots trying to get to you. But here, they want to invoke his firebomb throwing behavior again and not just like mindlessly chase after you and die. So I think he's going to... He knows to stop there and throw firebombs. Unless if we get really close. Because I think there's probably a distance. Whatever usually makes him... Look at that. No, he knows. He knows to stay put there now. That's great. Look at him go. So I like how all of the other enemies in the area are idiots about chasing you after here, but the firebomb guy has his shit together. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, even when we're not like solving any grand mysteries or discovering cut content, every now and then again there's just little things like this, being able to actually visualize the new home position for him and everything. That's extremely cool. Very good shit. So like again, we could probably get
Didn't even know that did that.
Yeah. I'm going to like lure him away from there again, but then quickly fly back over there, and I think it's just going to recognize that I'm in that region again, and he's going to... Yeah. He ran right back to his box. And he's doing the same thing where he doesn't need to be centered in it. I guarantee the center of his hit capsule or whatever. Yeah.
But what's interesting here is that they didn't do this by setting it as his home or anything. It's like, as part of the AI, it's basically saying, if you are in this region, then always execute this attack, and the attack is go there.
That's
go
wild.
there and then throw stuff, basically. So that's why as soon as you leave the region and the event tells it to no longer constantly do that attack, he's just like, oh, I got to get out of here, because he's like far away from his home at that point, I think.
Mm-hmm. That's great. That's very cool.
But it turns out, looking at the script, actually all of the enemies, or at least I assume all the enemies on these stairs, have something similar. So probably they're not just running off mindlessly like their AI is broken. They almost certainly told the enemies to all walk off the edge. This guy just stops early.
Yes. Yeah, I love that. That's great. Let's see. So what the heck is this one in between them, though?
Well, chat can probably translate this one, but this is a point where the moss merchant runs to.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Hell yes. We're doing this. All right, let's make her invincible. dead. I'm gonna turn the dialogue up a little bit. This is the best dialogue in the game. It's right here.
What do you think you're doing? I have my pride, you damn fool! You think you can get away with murder? Yes, I suppose you think you're special. Well, you're not. You're just another customer. Burn! Burn in hell! You cross-eyed hollow! There's no hope for anyone like you. The gods will not have it. Die! 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 Die 1,000 times again! Curses upon you and yours, for generations eternal, all of you! Eternal pain and suffering, lots and lots! Yes, I suppose you think you're special. Well, you're not.
It's so over the top. So I didn't realize the dialogue would keep repeating. That is wild. And we have her. I'll turn the dialogue back down a hair. Yeah, I've never seen. So my thing is, you always needed to one-shot her in order to kill her. But I'm wondering if Wrath of the Gods would, if you did the out of bounds thing from above, if you could get her from Wrath of the Gods. Get her with Wrath of the Gods from right here. Probably. I suppose I could find out. Not really related to what we're testing, but if I just open up gadget, give myself spell tools, talisman, spells, give myself a bunch of copies of Wrath of the Gods. We shall return and see what happens. There's a way in debug to like force equipping of a certain spell, but like that takes more time and effort than just debug dashing to a bonfire and just. Yeah, because you can get here going out of bounds. So what's the verdict? Yeah, you could kill her from. So yeah, there is a way to kill her if she's aggroed in at the back of the tunnel. This is very funny. Now we know. Okay. Let's see what else is here. Let's see. Scroll down in the spreadsheet.
I'm just going to check the rest of these, but I believe we're done with Firelink because there's no invasion points or anything like that. So
Right.
I'm just going to quickly check the rest of these. We get some.
Sure. Yeah, those are all like -1s. I'll scroll the spreadsheet down to the next.
Yeah, we get some light points up the elevator. That's cool. Message, of course. Some sound areas. Probably for the water, yeah. Some wind. Yeah. Nothing too exciting there. So,
Cool.
Just some basic stuff.
Yeah, I guess we can move on to the painted world then.
Yeah, I would expect us to maybe find a bunch of stuff in the painted world.
Yeah.
It is the.
Yeah, it's like one of the earliest maps. You know, the first map developed, and it's not the lowest map number in the game data, but it is the second set after the rest of the beginning game locations.
Yeah, also,
so
all of these starting events are in all caps, and then it goes to a normal set of events. So the first set here might be unused entirely. We'll see.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's like breaking
it's
convention
formatted
here.
differently.
Yeah. All right, painted world. So we will go to events, draw, region draw. Yeah, so it's this.
It surrounds the entire top half of the tower. Anyway.
27. Yeah. Where's it located in here? Saw it a second ago. Where'd it go? Did I not have it drawn still? Hello? Is it lower in the tower? Yeah, hey, I saw it a second ago. Or is it in Priscilla's tower?
Yeah, Priscilla's tower.
Priscilla's tower. There we go.
I forgot there's like 2 towers.
Yeah, I mean, there's all sorts of unused stuff happening with this tower, as we know.
This is in somebody's battle AI. Who could this be?
Yeah.
Priscilla.
Oh, it's actually for Priscilla? How and why? That's above our heads. We can't go to there. Can she do something with that?
If she is inside this region, then set a move point to 2750, which is later on in this list.
Let me turn on 2750 now so we can see where the hell that is.
It is. I won't spoil this. You're
Please,
probably gonna have to wander around.
please tell me it's beneath the floor of. Oh wait, is it just floating here in the air? Is it supposed to be? Yeah, if I'm selecting the 2750, the right box. Okay, so what's happening here, I believe, this kind of makes sense to me. The tower was changed in development to have staircases and like different floors and shit. So if we could have gone up to the second floor, if this was meant to be like a multi-floor fight, she could like chase us around and like teleport up to the next floor if we ran up to the next floor.
Yeah, it's kind of unclear to me if maybe they would have started her at the upper floor, or if she'd go up the stairs, because it's saying if she's
In this,
if you're in that upper region, then she tries to get to that smaller box. So maybe she'd run up the stairs.
Oh, cool. Let me aggro her and see what happens if I just go up there.
Oh, she's not going to be able to get up there, though.
Right, but I wonder if she's going to try walking to, like, the nearest nav mesh that it still exists or something. Like, I'm kind of...
Also, this is inside a certain attack that she has to do. If the Y distance to the enemy is less than -2. Okay. So, yeah, I guess that's if she's below you.
Oh, wait. I should make her... scene first, though. Where is she?
This is interesting because this means that all of these regions presumably are still set up, and a lot of it still persists in her AI. So if somebody could get the like collision and stuff working, you might be able to like actually just straight up fight Priscilla, cut Priscilla.
Yeah, I don't think she knows what to do with this information.
Well, yeah, I mean, she is trying to follow you, but
yeah, it's not in a way that is doing anything interesting with this region up here, though.
Yeah, because I don't think she has a path to get to you, so it probably just falls back to, well, just get close. But that is interesting.
Yeah, weird.
So we're immediately starting off with some cut stuff, which makes some sense.
Yeah, let me try to show the stairs to chat again too.
Yeah.
Let me back out and reload the map. Just get the fight started over. Make her unaggroed by default. Yeah, because the cut staircases still have some collisions. Okay. Where will I see these? So go to hits.
Cool, I think this.
I don't remember if it's in the high. I think it's in the high collisions. Okay, I don't see anything funky here, but if we go underneath the floor, no, maybe it's in the low collisions, not the high collisions, I think. Okay, so nothing funky above us, but below us. I'm still not seeing them, but this might be a type of thing where I have to force the drawing of a very specific collision. Let's try this again. Instead of like the general like all turned on, I think I might have to just highlight the particular patch of collision. A15, that's all Anor Londo stuff, but let's scroll through the A11s. Yeah, exactly. So you can see like it's a visual mess here that's hard to like make sense of. It's not super clear unless if you're seeing with my resolution, but this is framing like a staircase that would be here, and it's running down, and you can just barely see these thin red lines that like shape the path a little bit. But yeah, there's a cut staircases that used to be here and shit. So wild. Yeah, they had different ideas for what to do here. Okay. Well, yeah, let's take a look at the next event here. Stream compression hates this. Yeah, exactly. Okay. So yeah, right off the bat, we're starting with that weird stuff in the air. 2761. I don't know, something relating to the boss fight, like, you know.
This is actually still cut content. It's still in the same thing, and it's used for the same thing. So this is saying, well, if she's on this level and needs to get, if you're on this level and she's one level lower, then come back up, basically, like climb those cut stairs.
That's
talking about
awesome.
2751. I don't know if that exists in here though.
Interesting. Yeah, that might not even exist anymore. Yeah, because I don't see 2751.
Yeah, I'm just going to quickly look through the list here, but
this is all pretty cool to me because like I kind of assumed that, you know, they were definitely iterating on different ideas for getting in and out of the painted world before they knew, you know, they knew they wanted to use the map in some way, but being its own disconnected level, they're just like, I don't know how it's going to connect. So in the end, it was Anor Londo, just with cutscenes. There are unused cutscenes of the crow flying you out of the painted world, so it's like that was another consideration. The other thing I was thinking is that like you could defeat the boss, noticing like all of the stairs in the tower. I had wondered if another plan was like defeat the boss, the floor breaks so you can go down other staircases and like maybe exit out the bottom of the tower as well. But I was not anticipating the multiple like layers of the boss room being used actually during the boss fight. I assumed it was like clear, beat the boss, and then you have a way out of there. But yeah, the boss following you around to different floors, pretty neat.
Yeah, I'd go and turn the next 3 on in sequence because they're the same thing, but even further, which is very interesting. So that's 62.
Yeah, look at that. Look at all that.
64.
Here, let me draw the top one again too, honestly.
Yeah.
So this was different ways that Priscilla would be able to follow you around on different floors. The hell? Did not know that was a thing.
And at least as far as I can tell, maybe I should run a more expansive search, but these lower floor ones don't even exist in the AI. So even at the point of the AI, they were only considering 3 regions. The lowest is the lower floor there. And
Cool.
actually, even then, I don't know. It doesn't even reference the lower one. So it's just the lower 3 in this stack are completely unused. We have no idea what they would possibly be used for.
Interesting. The fact
But
that
they're clearly
aligned
very
the exact
similar.
same as the yeah. So yeah, they're just slotted them in for more potential floors, I guess. You know, they didn't know what they were doing with the space yet, so they were just like, yeah, add more floors below potentially. Yeah. I assume the cut floors would be for another boss again, like a stray demon, asylum demon sort of situation. Butt slams and breaks the floor. Because that's the thing. There is also unused objects like with an animation for the floor breaking as well, I believe. But yeah, I was not expecting any of this to still apply to Priscilla. Very cool. I turned the display for all of these off. Because we're going to be looking at a fair number of these in the boss room. And that was the region point that I wanted to try to move to. So we are at 2,700. Which is just something else in her. What the hell is that? Okay, hold on. All right, so the weirdness continues.
That is staircase area. You can actually turn all of them. Well, not all of them, but you can go in sequence. The next ones that all have the same thing: staircase area 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These are all.
We're gonna see regions marking an invisible staircase that no longer exists. This is great.
Yeah, and I believe these are the regions. I could be wrong, but I think these are the regions that are responsible for the glitch in Priscilla's AI that still exists.
Hold on. I drew a couple of them, but I didn't see where the other ones are winding up. Maybe they're not around here, and I'm getting ahead of myself. Because these were these 3. Did you say like all going up all the way to number 7 or 8 is still part of this?
Yeah, 2708.
Okay, so where's 03 then? Is it like even higher up still? Is it lower?
It is lower.
Oh, here we go. Yeah. We're gonna find. I'm just guessing like the same thing of another staircase down here. Yeah, here we go. So this one's even lower, probably. Yep. I don't know where it put 6. Where did it put 6? Even lower still? The hell? Ooh, I don't see 706. I don't know where that is.
That one is... it should be really low down.
Really low down. I have to go underneath the skybox. Like, let's take a look.
No, I mean, it's still in the pillars. It should be near the other guys.
Oh, weird. Now it's showing. I was like closer up to this void, so I was kind of seeing it. Not seeing it. Okay.
But yeah, it looks like if you, the player, are in any of these regions, then all of her AI is entirely focused on doing the quote unquote attack that we were just talking about, where it just like tries to reach the appropriate point. And I think one of these is the one that intersects with the
arena.
So it just like disables her AI. But maybe not. Maybe it's one of the other ones. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. Because this is probably really hard to see on screen, but there is this box is clipping into the
yeah, I can't really see it, but
the ground just a little bit. It's just barely above the snow. By like literally like less than a centimeter probably. Yeah. Huh. Well. Yeah, because there's one where if you aggro her, you shoot her with an arrow from like somewhere standing over here to the left. She doesn't turn invisible because of how it messes with her AI. Very fun exploit that apparently was like it was recently quote unquote discovered, but apparently Comwell knew about it like a couple years ago or something, I think. Oh, hey, I just completely, because my eyes aren't on chat as much, I completely missed the Fly for Shy. Thank you for the 10 gift subs. Holy shit. Thank you so much. That is huge. Yeah, so we can slot in all of these as just cut stairwell stuff. I love that.
Yeah, I think it's kind of neat.
So
again, even in this cut content, we're seeing like further cut content of like, because those stairs go down further, but there's no events left for Priscilla actually like going down there, I think,
right.
to some extent. So like, and also there's a big hole in the base of the arena.
Right.
So like, was that always intended to fall apart, or like, what's the deal there? Also, there's a, you know, the floating asylum demon that people can't see, but there's an asylum demon dummied out on the top floor that maybe we'll get to. So like, what did that look like? I don't know.
Right. Yeah, the dummied out like asylum demon made me always assume the breaking floors were gonna relate to that. Because that makes sense. He has a butt slam. Like, come on.
Yeah, and then so I wonder, is it like, were you fighting Priscilla and her pet asylum demon and he keeps smashing the floor and then, you know, like, I don't really understand how any of this boss fight would work if the floor keeps breaking, and why would Priscilla be involved? Anyway, obviously this is their test level based on what we understand from some of their comments, so I guess it doesn't have to make a ton of sense, but...
Let's see here. Let's shut enemies up. All no attack, all no move. Well, okay, so at the next one here, we clearly have the crow demons flying down to us on this rooftop. Or at least one of them. Probably two of them. I know two fly down. Do they have the exact same... Okay, maybe this is telling them where to go, but it doesn't actually trigger them flying down. What triggers them flying down? Is it actually picking up the item or just walking to it? Hold on. Let's zoom out. Okay, we see other crow demon boxes. There's one over here, too. What's that about? Now the land is actually peaceful, its inhabitants kind, because I turned off the all-no attack. Huh?
Yeah, I believe this is part of their AI, so I think you'd actually need to have their AI running for them to come over here.
Yeah, they just flew down, but I didn't really understand what I did. So hold on, let me... I'm like...
Yeah, this looks like it's annoying. It's event mediated, so I have to like bounce back and forth between things.
Gotcha. Let's try this again. We have this box here. We have another one over here. Okay. Hold on. Does that mean like you can avoid having to fly down if you just dance around these boxes? That doesn't seem right. That'd be very funny if that's right, but that doesn't seem right. It'll be a pro strat for picking up the soul item, if this is legit. Evil Harpy arrival and departure point. Probably A is departure, A is destination. 2715 is something about fixing things up if you go from A to B, maybe.
Yeah, this event is surprisingly complicated. There's like 30 sub-event initializations here, which is something they almost never do.
Wild. It has something to do with the arrival point, but it's not the trigger for getting them to jump down here.
No, I think this is where they're trying to go.
Yeah,
like
it's a destination. But if I zoom out, if I scroll like way down, should I find a region for making them jump? Here we go. It's like nowhere near. This has got to be the one.
Yeah, they must have reworked it or something.
Yeah. So which one is this one? So I realize I'm looking way further down the list, but this is 2020. Let me interrogate 2020 a little bit more closely.
Yeah, it looks like 2020, 2030, 2040, and 2050 are all part of this system. So, like, I think the way this works is there's the crows on the tower, and then they can come visit you in a bunch of different locations. And so there's this event that has to figure out, well, where are the crows? Where do they need to go to? You know. So I suspect we'll see a bunch of stuff related to this.
Although, hold on, I'm standing inside this box now, and they're not coming down. So is it not 2020? Like that? What actually tells them to jump down here? I'm so confused. The hell? I find this very confusing because we have two boxes up on the roof, two small boxes, and then one that covers it. But it's not like the exact point that they fly down seems to be syncing up with any of these things.
Yeah, all these things look like I'm going to have to actually dig into these event scripts very carefully because, yeah, there's like, again, I'm using the Google translated ones here, but initialize ominous birdman. That's what this is called by Google Translate. And then initial flight, initial reaction, flight, reset timer, request A, B, C, and D. So there's a bunch of events, and some of those are parameterized. So yeah, this is extremely complicated logic to try and make this somewhat realistic. I feel like this is way above what they would do in other areas of the game.
Gotcha. Yeah, they probably just didn't have a very efficient setup for it yet. Let's try walking into this again. It's weird. I don't know with the way that maybe it being scaled, the box being scaled up to a certain size, like this isn't good enough and we need to be like further in it. But my hit collision is squarely entirely within this thing. So like
this also might be cut and replaced with a different entire other set of event regions, because I don't know that I've ever seen this, but the next one on the list is down next to the Phalanx. I don't know that I've ever had the crows come and visit me next to the Phalanx. Maybe I'm wrong.
No, I don't think so. Yeah, that seems cut to me.
And then there's the other one over in the annex. That's like after the annex in that upper area. I have had the crows come and visit me there. And then in the annex itself, I feel like I've had the crows visit me there too. So I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but so I don't know. But
yeah, we could always, for now, before we try unpacking this at a greater detail, we could just put like crow stuff ? You know?
Yeah, I think that's what I'll do for a bunch of this stuff, and we'll see some of it later on once we get to it. But yeah, I'm just gonna put crow flying down from tower or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, let me scroll back up the events. Get up to the ones that. So there's A box and. Yeah, where's
all of these guys are.
Yeah, where's this A box?
Yeah, this A prime box is down in.
Yeah, I don't remember a crow ever coming for you while you're down in the courtyard.
Right. That's what I mean. It's like really... I feel like I need to dig into this because this is also event mediated. So like event scripts are responsible for this, but then it basically is sending commands to the Crow's AI. So like maybe they cut out part of it or I don't know. But yeah, I'm just like, that looks really unfamiliar to me. Like, again, I've definitely seen the Crows visit me in some of these locations. I think the other ones, but not that one that I'm aware of. But then, I don't know. Maybe I just didn't happen to do it.
Yeah. Huh. And let's see where B prime is.
That should be in the...
Oh, down here, which is an actual... Yeah, because why would they have one up here, the non-B prime one, next to where the enemies already are? So that feels like a little off to me as well. Does one fly down from the tower and you... Because, like, this is a thing, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure crows come and visit you when you're doing this. I don't know. Again, I don't know exactly the trigger. Oh, you have AI off still.
Oh, but it should trigger... The other ones are still flying down, because it's like a trap kind of thing. Right. So, I don't know why it's not... Unless they really want me in particular to
unless it's
turn the AI on. Here, I don't know. Like, what?
And I don't know. Are these crows the ones that come from the tower? Like, because they already flew down in the other location. Maybe they need to reset the area. Like, I don't know that I've ever noticed this because I just warp around homeward bone back half the time when I'm in the painted world.
Right. Yeah, I never really thought about it because I just assumed it probably was the ones nearby flying to you, but maybe not.
Like, I don't know, because that's what I'm thinking. Is like, it's just the crows on the tower, and then all these events are like, oh, the crows on the tower are like constantly flying around and in theory bothering you.
Is there not a crow thing over here? I'm so confused.
I know there is.
Yeah, like I've been
Oh, Formidable Fungi says I've been jumped by crows on the wall near the well in the courtyard. So I don't know.
What is going on? Why is this? Yeah, maybe I do have to turn off no attack or whatever. But that's weird. It's not usually how that works.
You didn't have to turn it off for the other ones that we just did, right?
Yeah, that's correct. I didn't have to.
Well, I guess it can't hurt.
But they made it here now.
And are those the ones from the tower, or from just the upper area?
No, they're the ones from nearby, not the ones from the tower.
Huh. Yeah, see, I think this is partially quote-unquote cut content, or at least reworked content or something like that.
I think so, because I think these ones, the fact that I had to re-enable or disable like all no attack and all no move, these ones spot me and like knew how to fly down with AI somehow, which doesn't make total sense because they would run at you if it was just like a nav mesh routing. But yeah, these ones weren't like... These ones don't start off like in a perched position that they need to be broken out of. So I think they're just like idling, but then it does know that you're down here and then they can fly down or something. But it needs to be... It's very weird. Yeah, normally you don't have to turn on AI for stuff like that, but I guess this is the exception.
Yeah, I mean, it might not be forcing specific animations on them. It might be saying, okay, you can get over there, and then it has to rely on their AI to actually notice you or something like that.
Right.
So, because it is going through the AI in some way, at least for the thing that we're looking at, although maybe that's cut. Who knows?
Right.
But I think that is interesting. I want to look into this more because this is very complicated event. I mean, it's not that complicated event scripting wise, but it's like way more involved than I would expect for something like this. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had the crows come up for me in the courtyard, but I'm wondering, like, can they aggro in such a way that they kind of like line up at the bottom of the tower and just chase you out here. That I'll have to do some poking around with that as well. Because at least running around the courtyard doesn't seem to be... Oh, but again, I turned off the... Yeah, if there's a way to get them to come down straight to the courtyard without having, like, already chased you from somewhere else first, I don't know how to do that. It was on the thin wall as you went for the item.
That fat tabby cat asks, is it true that guys like Illusory Wall know the engine so well, yet we don't really know what FromSoft internally call the engine? That's true. Although I don't know that I would describe any of us as particularly knowing this engine extremely well. Like, we know some of the details, but like the actual like technical implementation of the engine is beyond me. But yeah, we have no idea what they call the engine. There's I think this is in the pig video, there's a just short discussion about this that references an article on the modding wiki written by TKGP. Modders call the engine Dandelion, which is, I'll put it in chat, because there's some internal component that keeps showing up if you like look through the DLL, like the executable, and that shows up all the time near like system related stuff, like really low level system related stuff, and so that's what we call it. But I mean, that could just be who knows what. Like, it's entirely unclear what that means or what it's for. It could just be some string that they left in there. So we have no idea what they call the engine internally.
We have no idea. But Dandelion, it's what it's going to be for now.
And I don't know if Dandelion is a misspelled dandelion or if it's the demon from the Lesser Key of Solomon Dandelion, which I would find highly funny. But I suspect it's a misspelled dandelion.
Right. All right.
I'm just checking on these SFX things because, they're points, and so...
Right.
Whatever, but I don't see anything particularly interesting so far. The only one... Well, I guess, is this true? There's a couple points around the courtyard that say a thick fog. Is there really fog in some of these areas?
Oh, I don't think there was like thick fog in the courtyard, really. But let's take a quick look.
Yeah, it's like right next to the Phalanx, and then there's another point in the center of the not Priscilla's tower, the Crow Tower, I guess.
Gotcha.
There's a point called thick fog, but it could just be like mist on the ground, or maybe nothing at all.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah. No, right by the staircase by the Phalanx, there's a big patch of fog.
Oh yeah, so there is.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool. The reason we gloss over these, if anyone's wondering watching the stream, is that these ones don't actually draw for me in debug, so there's not really anything for me to look at.
Yeah, I suspect there is a way to find them somehow because, it's debug. They would have had to have some tool to do this, but they're not really event regions either. They're just points. So this is just saying spawn some fog centered at this location.
Let's see here. So we are at 2,500.
Yep.
I see go to in the name. So first thing I'm going to do is look at like the entrance and the exit of the level. Don't see anything here. There we go. Oh, I think I've
surprising.
Yeah, I think I visualized this one in my video actually, in the spell video, and I talked about trying to get over 20 meters from Priscilla, which you can do if you go right here without touching this by accident before you get sucked back into Anorlando. But yeah, you could stand here with a great bow or whatever, and you're like 21.9 meters from her, or something like that, 22 meters from her. So when you shoot an arrow at her, instead of turning invisible instantly, she needs to take a couple steps towards you so that you're actually within her battle start distance, and then she'll do her quote unquote attack of going invisible. That's fun. So we know exactly what that's for. No mystery there. That's just return to Anor Londo. Level exit, whatever you want to call it. Go to event cylinder, though. What is this? Is this the start of the level?
This is...
Is it floating in Anor Londo? Like, what?
Where is this? I'm gonna see if this is referenced. This is way off. Like if you're in the tower and you jumped off the end of it and just kept going, it would be way out there. I don't think you're ever gonna find it because, of course, it's a small cylinder
Let's see.
in the middle of nowhere. But I guess you could look at the coordinates. I just want to see if this is used.
Yeah, I'll look at the coordinates.
Because I need to check Anor Londo's scripts as well because it could be in there.
So -47, -59, 53. Okay. Well, let's go there. So that is -47, -59, and 53.
I'd be curious. This looks like where you would have, where you warp to. I don't know if this is in Anor Londo. So if you're able to find it and like touch some nearby collision or something, I'd be curious. What this,
do I have Anor Londo preloaded? Was it close enough? Let's take a look here.
Oh, I loaded Anor Londo and it's in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
It's near Anor Londo, but it's
okay. So other hypothesis. Let's see if we can. Crow. Let's look at the unused Crow cutscene and see if this thing shows up anywhere near.
Oh, that's a good idea.
And related to that path. So that's Remo.
Didn't that drop you off in Firelink?
It did, I thought, but
okay, I loaded Firelink. It's in Firelink.
It's in Firelink. All right, it's gonna be. So what is the cutscene number for this? This is not that one.
That's cool.
Yeah, if you don't have multiple cutscenes in a row, then it's usually larger chunks of like 05, 010. Yeah, like I'm not gonna see anything in 6 through 9. Like that seems pretty guaranteed. And then here's gonna be an unused cutscene probably. Let's go. Let's go. Take me. Take us there. Yeah. We're gonna see that capsule. We're gonna see the cylinder where he drops us off. Yes. There it is. Oh, hell yeah. Awesome. Yeah, this is located in Firelink Shrine. It's near the bonfire, right?
Yeah, this cylinder is basically at the exact same position as the other, like the warp that you would normally take to get to Firelink.
Mm-hmm.
It's maybe like half a foot off or something like that.
Yeah, and of course it doesn't. Firelink isn't actually set to preload from the painted world, so none of this is set up in a way that could function. But like, because if that map was preloaded from here, then I could just touch collision and Firelink and it would spontaneously load into existence. But yeah, it's not actually here, so there's nothing to interact with or actually load Firelink. That's great. Yeah, I remember analyzing like the coordinates of this and then just double checking coordinates in Firelink, and that's how I was able to like confirm that that's where that was. Awesome. So yeah, we can call that like, you know, that's definitely cut content, of course. That's like Crow return to Firelink.
Yeah, it's interesting because based on what Forel was saying, and I should have known this, the internal name that they're using here is Go to Firelink. Like they call it base, but that's what they call Firelink internally. And so that name is used also for the warp to return to Anor Londo. So they clearly just grabbed that region and said, no, this one goes to Anor Londo now, right? Like it triggers the other cutscene, but it still internally says this is the warp to Firelink. So
hell yeah. That's great. let's see. Draw. So we'll get rid of that cylinder. Now we have event NPC sphere. Ooh, I can see that in the distance. That is a big sphere. So does this relate to Jeremiah's invasion zone or something? What is this going to be?
Sure looks like it. This is maybe his spawn position or something. I have not checked.
I could just teleport back into the level much more quickly than
this is his
deep-like
this is
dashing.
his invasion point.
All right. Again, with a sphere instead of just like a rectangle. That's always interesting to me.
Oh, is it actually? Oh.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, I always wonder what it looked like, because you have to go pretty far into this area to actually get invaded by Jeremiah, but I wasn't sure what the exact boundary was.
Yeah, and there's also a, I believe a wait here. Let me look up the script. Where you have to be in this region for like a bit, so it probably works the same as Kirk's does, where it's, it waits 20 seconds after you get detected in this region. So like you can be running around for a bit, and only then will Kirk pop up. So it's kind of like unclear what caused, or in this case Jeremiah to pop up. So like people who would be trying to figure out what the shape of this region is would be very confused, because it's actually detecting where you were 20 seconds ago, essentially.
Oh, Snowbra in chat says sphere takes less resources to calculate. Always use sphere if you can. Fascinating.
That's true.
That's cool. Oh, time to kill Jeremiah. Yeah, so that is Jeremiah's invasion zone. Other NPC sphere, though, what is this going to be for? Oh, Phalanx. But in what capacity? I don't understand. Because they break apart when you get... You don't have to get that close to them. Do you?
This is Shiva's cut invasion sphere.
That makes more sense, because yeah, okay, yeah, cool. More cut content then. Yeah, we can put that in purple or whatever for cut content as well.
I don't see it referenced in the event script, but it's basically called that internally. So I think we will say that is Shiva invasion trigger region.
Hell yeah. Yeah, there was, if anyone in chat is unfamiliar with that cut content, there was a different alternate Black Eye Orb for invading Shiva, just like you invaded Lautrec. And it would happen here. And I don't know, like, if there's a way to force it with debug or how it works, but, like, the alternate version of that map changes the well, which is very baffling. But there's, like, one part of the level is slightly different. If I remember correctly, I think the well gets, like, solid ground just running through it. So you, like, wouldn't have been able to go down it. And I'm like, I have no idea how the hell that's handled.
Yeah, I don't know myself.
Yeah, because it's not loading a different painted world map. That doesn't exist in the data. So it's kind of like one specific collision has like a trigger that tells it to load. You know, I don't know.
Lost in the painted world. I think it probably puts a collision over top of it that gets toggled.
Yeah.
If I had to guess, that would be, and then probably the well object itself. Well, no, I guess the well just has the ground through it, so that wouldn't be problematic.
Weird. And they probably took the ladder away too. I think those are like the two things. Okay, well, we can look for the next thing here then.
It's literally a small circle of ground that they just put in the well. So it's not even like covering the entire ground area or something. It's literally just like this little piece of map that that spawns in.
That's cool. That's very funny.
Probably plus some collision as well if it's larger, but I can't see that in my viewer at the moment. So, but yeah, clearly very intentional. It's not like a glitch that
right.
Is you can't get down there.
Yeah. Where is this box? 2006.
This is. Here are some of the hanging hollows. I think it's their trigger box.
There we go. Yeah, I just found it right as you were saying. Yep. Pretty
Is
self-explanatory.
lighting handled with areas or do specific triangles have specific lighting setups? Basically the latter. That different collisions that you walk on can change what are called the... Oh, I forget their name. Anyway, it's the lighting and stuff. I think it's light program. I don't remember.
Yep. So this was extremely self-explanatory. It was just the trap for the hanging hollow.
Yeah, I kind of figured that's what it was going to be.
I don't know if we can name them more specifically. It doesn't really matter. So the other one is like, where are we looking for this other one? Yep.
Yeah, it looks like the next two are also using the same event, essentially. So I suspect they're also traps of this nature.
I'm going to step into this one. This guy's going to pop out. And where is the third one? Should be over here.
Interesting that if you look at the name, they're 4, 5, and 6. So it's like, what happened to 1, 2, and 3?
Right. Oh, it's not for this guy. Wait, so where is this other one? Hold on. Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm leaving the part of the level entirely. It's right up here by the archer.
Yeah. So I can put the numbers on that.
Cool. Yeah, that was pretty self-explanatory. All right, I'll scroll down in the spreadsheet. Nope, that's scrolling up. Yeah, that's too far down. Can I scroll line by line like that more? That might be more efficient. Okay. So this is 2000. Which I did turn on. Okay, what is this? Here we go. Oh yeah, this is another one for the crow demons again, I think.
I don't think this is for the crow demons.
Oh shit, okay.
This is for the crows.
It's for the
Flyaway.
The actual crows. The literal crows. Yeah.
When you get inside that, all of those crow objects should play their animation. They handle this in an extremely odd way internally, but that's what it does.
Hell yeah. That's exactly what it was. So in our notes to not conflate them, we could call that like what would we call that, like animal crow flyaway? Like
what are these? Are these objects? These object crows? Yeah, they're objects. I'll call them objects.
Object crow flyaway. I think yeah, actual crows.
I'll just say from the Andre statue, because, we don't need to give these exact translations. We know what the Andre statue is and what the object crows are.
Yeah. Which makes me think that if I just go further down the list, I'm probably going to find... Well, no, it's cylinders, so it's like it's all out of order here.
Yeah.
Okay, so what the hell is this cylinder, then?
I have a guess. I think this and the next one are... should be fairly obvious.
Interesting. What part of the level are they in? Oh, wait, I see it.
Right near the start.
Okay. This is... Are we doing the double-sided door thing again? Or no, why would there be the one right here? Oh, because it is that slow door opening animation kind of like walking through a fog gate where you need to know what direction you're facing when you start doing it?
Yeah, I think so. I'm just going to go check, but I believe this is for the shortcut door. It has to have one on one side to lock you into the animation, and then one on the other side to face you towards, but I could be wrong.
Let's take a look.
Oh.
Dude.
91 isn't referenced in the scripts, so I think they just put one on either side, and then just decided, well, we're not going to use the one on the bonfire side because you can't open it from that side.
Interesting. So does this mean if I move this, I can have funny stuff happen? Let's try that.
Yeah, when you approach the door, it should warp you to that point and then play the door opening animation.
Hell yeah, let's go. That's awesome. I had no idea where I was going to pop out either.
Interesting that it doesn't... I guess the door animation works differently because it doesn't force you to face a certain direction. I don't know how that works. Again, these are all like these minor things that, like, if I were modding this and making a door, I guess I'd have to figure out how some of this stuff works. But yeah.
That's fantastic. Yeah, because whenever you like open a door, so you do like teleport a little bit, right? Because you center on the door. Because if you're trying to open,
warping you to that point is what is actually going on.
Yeah, that's kind of funny. You don't really think about it too much. Like it makes sense intuitively. Like, oh, it's a video game and needed to center me on the door that I was interacting with. But you know, it's hard to envision like an invisible cylinder where like it actually puts you. You know, I don't know. It makes sense, but
yeah. What's interesting is the way that this script works. Is it says issue warp request for you to lock into that point, and then it forces you to play the door opening animation, and then as part of the animation playback command, there's a thing that says should the script execution pause while this animation plays out, and it says no, because the next thing is force the door to play the opening animation. So it's not like there's a tandem animation of like you matching up with the door or anything. They couldn't do that. It literally just says play the door opening, door, play the opening animation.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's why the door still played the opening animation despite you being much farther away, because it doesn't care about that. It's just going to play both animations at the same time, essentially.
Oh, so I did want to mention Elizabeth Young in chat said I had no idea there was a statue of Andre here, and Positron Cannon said the same. So they're just talking about the Ember statue, which, like, debatable if it's meant to literally be Andre. Like, I guess internally it kind of confirms that it references, but like we don't really know why there's other petrified blacksmiths that look like Andre, you know. A little confusing.
Yeah, but basically anywhere I think that you pick up an ember that's not like
in a chest
or just on the ground, it is.
Yeah, there's this one here, and there's the one at the top of the Moonlight Butterfly tower as well.
I don't remember. Is the one in the Tomb of the Giants in the area with all the giant skeletons that come after you? A large divine ember.
Yes,
I one there.
Yeah, I think there's one there as well. I think you're right. I think that's not a chest. Yeah. And it was stuff that he was a descendant of Gwyn, and maybe there's some relation. So maybe there were like a bunch of people who looked the same that were all blacksmiths or whatever. You know, I don't know. Yeah, I want to know what happened to like Andre's family, because that shit's weird. Okay, let's draw these capsules off then. These cylinders, I mean. So we have 202.
Yes. Anyone in chat wants to give this one a translation attempt? You might be a little surprised.
Huh. Yeah, I don't see it. What part of the level is it in? Or
this is the bridge on the way to Priscilla.
Okay.
The lower section.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yes, Forel says, all the skeletons clamber up region.
Yeah, they keep calling things skeleton. There's a couple places where they call things skeletons here that aren't skeletons, but
yeah.
Who knows if that's just, you know, generic. They knew it was going to be hollows, and the developer forgot what they were calling them at that point, or if maybe, you know, they wanted skeletons here at some point earlier in development. We don't know.
Yeah, so this region triggers the hollows who are hanging over the edge coming up.
Yep. Oh yes, Lord or Die. Yeah, I do disable the map from rendering every now and again when I'm looking for an event region, but I usually, more recently, because Hot Pocket also finds them pretty quickly, I just ask. But yeah, if I was hunting for them all myself, I'd be turning off the map constantly. I did that more last stream.
Yeah, in Smithbox, I can just jump to them, so then I can say, oh, this is on the bridge or whatever. I feel like that's probably easier, but sometimes I do like to say, oh, see if you can find this, because, yeah, that part's fun, too.
Also, by the way, welcome Lord Radai. If people in chat aren't familiar with his work, he made Debug Manager for Dark Souls 2. Absolute wizard of everything Dark Souls 2. Yeah, like, holy shit. Debug Manager is the coolest shit ever. Not even just Debug Manager, but also, Morpheme Editor or whatever? Yeah.
Yeah, when I first was looking into some of the modding stuff, it was like DS2 uses this other animation thing called Morpheme that we basically have no idea about. We're never going to have any idea about it because it's this specific thing that, unlike Havoc or whatever, it's kind of hard to get your hands on anything to do with it. Well, my opinion at the time was like, we're basically never going to understand anything about it. And here we are. Radai has all this Morpheme stuff. It's very cool.
Hell yeah. There's a really big region here. Probably relates to the Undead Dragon in some way.
Yeah, this has SE in it, so I believe it is the sound effect. This is the sound effect playback area for the Undead's Dragon.
Hell yeah.
So this should be, I think,
it's
where
huge.
the event or where the sound is considered to come from. I don't know if it comes from the center of the region or if it's fall off when you're outside of this region. I don't know how some of this stuff works specifically, but or what sound is being played, but I have to imagine it's it tearing itself in half sound.
Gotcha. Cool. I'm satisfied with that for now, even if we don't know the specifics. That's okay. We know it's sound effect related. 27. Oh, I should scroll down in the spreadsheet. $2070 is probably just aggroing. Let me reset the map.
Yeah, it looks like that's what it's for. Let's see. If you are... Oh, this is interesting. It has a specific call out for invaders in here. Where's that used?
Huh? Can you not be invaded while you're like in this region or something?
No, I mean that the event. This is where I need math script so I can actually read this correctly. If you aren't, oh, I see. Okay, I'm not sure I care enough to understand this completely, but yeah, basically they have a special call out for if you are or aren't a Black Phantom in this region, whether or not you can trigger it. I don't know off the top of my head if you are a Black Phantom, you're allowed to trigger it or not. But that's interesting. I don't think they normally let invaders trigger world state events like this in somebody else's world.
Yeah, because invaders can do stuff like pull levers every now and again, but maybe if there's a call out, maybe that was them trying to stop that from happening. Maybe. So it'd be interesting to double check. I don't know if anyone has invaded a lot in the Painted World and knows off the top of the head if, as an invader, you can trigger the dragon or not. That's interesting.
Yeah, it looks like it wants you to be in the region and not a Black Phantom. So yeah, it's specifically preventing that.
Cool.
I think it's because, well, no, I don't know about this, but there's a specific thing where if you attack the undead dragon, even if you're not in the region, it should start the event.
Okay, yeah, if you like sniped him from there or whatever, yeah.
Yeah, and so I guess a Invader could do that. Although I don't know why you would, but anyway. Yeah, okay. I'm really, yeah, not to get too derailed, but I just saw that and I was like, oh, that's kind of weird.
So what is this cylinder right afterward? I feel like it's probably obscured by the dragon right now.
I suspect this is something that like the dragon gets lined up with as part of its. No, it's not. It's its home point.
Oh, updated home position. Cool.
Which must be in its AI, presumably. It doesn't show up in the event scripts anywhere, but I could see that. What to say?
Oh yeah, Fast Think was asking if the butt standing up when you jump attack it was intentional, and no.
No, certainly not.
Yeah, happy accident.
It's just basically the way that the butt works is that it's forced into a certain animation. They could have used an object or something, but obviously they had dragon butt NPCs, so it's just forced to basically be locked in an idle animation. And it turns out that you can knock characters out of their idle animation by doing this jumping attack. So you can do that for other stuff in the game as well. But in that one in particular, it causes it to go back to its default pose, which for dragon butt is just standing there, and so it stands up.
Okay, there's a bunch of angry Crody. Oh, okay, yeah. So these ones did jump down from the tower for this. We'll be getting there later. Where's this guy though? I just wanted to, unrelated to what we're checking, I just like the free cam to see. This is the only time you get to see an undead dragon in its full anatomy. Obviously that's the dragon butt part of the model here at the end, but just don't pay too close attention to the fact that it's basically already severed. They just put the two models right next to each other. But yeah, there we go. There's a full undead dragon. Don't normally ever get to see. It's very fun. The fact that it doesn't just separate, but the fact that its wing falls off too is just my favorite detail of.
Yeah, I really like the idea that it is undead and it's like tearing itself apart to get to you.
Falling the fuck apart.
So the wing falls off, and then it's just like trying to get to you. The legs don't come along, so it just tears itself in half.
Yeah, so good. Goodbye. Yeah, that's fun. Okay. We got the updated home position. So let's go down to, which one is this one? 2810?
This one and the following 9 of them are all related.
Okay, let's see. All right, what is this shit? Okay, well, it's something to do with Priscilla that I don't know what it is going to be. Yeah, I remember seeing a bunch of orbs in her room, and I'm just like, I don't know what these are. So there's one. There's another sphere. I'm not going to toggle all of them on at once just because of the visual noise and clutter that's going to create, but all of them
probably get the idea.
Yeah, all of them are in the boss room at least. All right, so I don't have a guess as to what the heck these could even be.
Yeah, so these are her warp points. So this is, she warps to the center of these. Now you might be thinking, why are they giant spheres? Well, it's used in the script to detect if you're next to the warp point. She won't choose that one.
She'll choose a different. Yeah, that makes sense. So she doesn't teleport right next to you. Hey, that's pretty cool. Has anyone ever memorized all the warp points, or like that'd be very funny?
I believe the speedrunners know the warp points.
Yeah, that makes sense. That is funny though. Yeah, I've never really thought about.
Although, of course, they don't want Priscilla to warp. They have a way that she won't warp anymore, and
Yes.
they tend to kill her before she does too much warping. But you know,
I was gonna say like, yeah, that wouldn't be optimal. Like that's not even something you would want anymore. That is funny though. Yeah, they're not like evenly distributed around the arena, which is kind of fascinating. Or maybe they kind of are. I don't know. They all feel a little handpicked.
they're not. They're certainly not evenly distributed.
Yeah, they're not
I think
evenly.
They're trying to approximate a packing of the arena with spheres, but yeah, some of them overlap quite harshly.
Yeah, and like a one or two are a little bit further out. Yeah, she warps when she goes invisible. Yeah, she doesn't stay where she was when she goes invisible.
Yeah, if you shoot her with an arrow or something, you can see it warp along with her because it doesn't go invisible.
Well, that's cool. Yeah, Priscilla warp points. Sweet. We can just scroll on past those then. 2830.
I don't immediately know what this is.
Okay, display on.
Yeah, I guess maybe I should.
You know what though? I will set it. Does Dark Souls Gadget have a hotkey for toggling the map rendering? Graphics
small.
No, it doesn't have a hotkey, so I'd have to like go in and click it off every time.
I'm gonna see if these are used. This is in the main courtyard with the Phalanx. I think you're gonna have to kill the Phalanx
Gotcha.
enemies. These cubes are 10 centimeters by 10 centimeters by 10 centimeters.
What? Okay.
I don't understand what possibly these are for, but the name of them is just Phalanx.
Do they need like updated home positions after they spread apart or something weird? Is there anything?
Oh my god, this Phalanx event looks like garbage. It's doing the same thing. Basically, somebody has done the equivalent. If we got any programmers in chat, is they've unrolled the loop. So rather than just calling a function for each one that says, okay, the first Phalanx does this, and then this, and then this, they've done every Phalanx enemy, you do this. Okay, next, every Phalanx enemy, you do this, etc. This event is like 170 lines long, and it's literally just like 15 lines repeated over and over again.
Look at that teeny little box. This is the smallest one we found so far. Probably will be the smallest one we find. That isn't a point. Look at this tiny little thing. Incredible. Yeah, let me draw some of the other ones so we can.
Interesting. So these points are used to warp the Phalanx into into the correct location when the map starts. Like when you load the map, these are what causes the actual placement of the Phalanx to be like pulled into a big ball or something.
Yikes. One is slightly below the ground. That's not concerning.
Isn't there a Phalanx that falls through the world sometimes and ends up in the tunnels below there?
Yes. Yeah, that can happen. So is this our culprit?
I wonder if it's that guy.
Yeah, let me take a look. Are the rest above ground? Like, are the rest going to behave? That's above ground. I don't see where 2 is, but it could be on the other side. Let me... Yeah, 2 is below ground as well, it seems.
I guess I should check to make sure these all correspond to a Phalanx, but I mean, I guess we could count how many Phalanx enemies there are.
Yeah, there's another one that's kind of below the ground a little bit. A lot of these might be a little bit below the ground, actually.
I mean, maybe that's correct. Like,
right,
because it's going to warp it to them, so maybe they spawn like basically on top of it. I
right.
don't know, but I would think this might, especially if any of them are significantly below the ground, this might be responsible for those Phalanxes that end up falling through. Or maybe not. Maybe it's something else. But I've only ever seen the Phalanx get clipped through the world like that. So this seems like they're getting bumped into one another and being forced into the ground or something like that.
Yeah, I figured there's them being so tightly packed.
Yeah, there's 14 Phalanx and 14 points. So
I would have guessed like lower than that. That's crazy how many there actually are. I wouldn't have been able to. Yeah, a lot. So many of these are just under the ground, like more than half.
So basically,
of them,
that says,
or half of them, probably. Yeah.
when the map starts, if the Phalanxes are all alive, then disable their map collision, disable their animations, disable their gravity, disable their AI, force them into their waiting animation, warp them all to their special points, and then if the player gets close enough to them, which we'll see is the region, right? Turn on their AI, disable their waiting animation, turn their gravity back on, turn their animations back on, turn map hit back on. So
here's the thing. This was my next question. They're not actually below the ground. Is that they look like they're below the ground when we look in the map, but the second I turn on collisions, the actual collision is lower than what the map looks like.
Yeah, I can't see collisions in mine, so I was like, oh, that's...
Yeah, like our feet appear higher because that's where the high collision is going to be above... Yeah, they're separated. So the high collision matches what the snow looks like. So that tells the inverse kinematics to like pop our character feet and model up a little bit because of that. But the actual physical ground is a little bit lower and is actually below those cubes. That is... I had a feeling... being so just barely beneath the ground, I'm like, they're not actually below the ground, though, are they?
Right. Okay, so maybe they're just getting forced through the ground by the sheer, like, bumping them all into one another or something.
One of them did look like... there's one that you can actually see, though. When you're looking from the underside of the collision... There's one of them that does clip through very, very slightly. So I wonder if that's our one that's responsible for sometimes falling through. Interesting. We'd have to like do some tests to like find out, like, see if I can recreate that in debug, and I could check the character model number, or whatever, and like find out exactly which phalanx fell. So.
Yeah, I've never seen it happen consistently. It just happens to people in like Let's Plays and stuff.
Yeah,
like that.
It's one of those things I have no idea how to trigger it consistently if there is a way to do it. Well, that's fun. What do we have next in the list?
The next thing is something BGM. I think I know what that is.
Oh yeah, there's well, who knows? Maybe there could be. I don't know how the other thing is handled. It's almost certainly just Priscilla's boss fight music, but the thing is, the courtyard also has special ambient audio, but maybe it's not labeled as BGM.
No, and that would probably be one of those ones that we get to at the end, where it's just like wind or something like that.
Yeah, but this is clearly just going to be event. BGM box. Yep, it's Priscilla's BGM.
Again, I find this interesting because if you look at the full extent of the box, of course it goes all the way to the top and the bottom of the tower.
It does go to the top and the bottom of the tower. Hell yeah. That's great.
What was I calling these BGM boxes?
Yeah. That's pretty great. Seeing like multiple instances of referencing that the tower used to be taller and have different floors. That's fun. Okay. So we have some other box somewhere.
Yeah, the next two are two more of these like tall, squat, rectangular boxes that we saw floating in the air in the center of Priscilla's arena.
Oh boy.
And one of them is in Priscilla's arena, and one of them is directly below Priscilla's arena. So I suspect they're for the same thing.
Why don't I see it? I did have it drawn. Oh wait. This is the one that's below? It's gonna be close to the floor? Is that why I'm not seeing it again?
I think it's below.
Oh, there it is. Wait, this one's just like in the middle of the room. Okay. I didn't see it against the snow. Yeah, this one's just like right next to her. So I guess it's the one for this floor, but...
Yeah. So 2751 is if you were in that middle region that we saw before.
That's right.
She can come up or down the stairs, presumably, to get here.
Yes, and here's this one for a lower floor. Yeah.
Yeah, and so the event is set up such that it only bothers checking for these three, depending on, and it basically is if you're on a different level than her. So this is the fallback, i.e., this is the other thing that they considered for this event. Mm-hmm. So it looks like when this, it's not even an event, it's part of our AI. When this part of the AI was written, it was basically if you're on a different level, move to, or the player's on a different level, move Priscilla to that level. Right. So I think this is kind of interesting that it would have been like a 3-floor boss fight, and you would have been like, oh, if you ran up 1 floor, then she'd try and follow you or something like that.
Yeah. Super cool. What's this 2110 one? Cylinder. It's a cylinder behind Priscilla. I don't know what that would be for. That's not like a fog gate cylinder, right? I mean, it's pretty far from the fog gate, but it's kind of aligned with it. Is it not? What is the point of this?
Thou must returneth whence thou came. This land is peaceful. I beg of thee.
Simple, although I don't see it used anywhere. Yeah, this is just boss initial position. But she's not at that initial position.
She's not at that position. But so it could
and
be like
not referenced anywhere. So this must have been where she initially started in whatever version of the fight this comes from.
Right. Or a different boss entirely had that initial position too, potentially? Or does it reference Priscilla in the name?
It just says boss.
Just says boss? Yeah, so who even knows? Yeah. Different position for her and or different boss. Okay. So it's safe to say that's unused as well.
I'm just still going to call it Priscilla just because, but...
Sure. 110, 2996.
Like, so far, we haven't really seen anything that references the secret asylum / I think it's actually a fire sage demon, but yeah, because he's got a big catalyst. So.
Oh, fire, yeah, yeah.
But internally, if people don't know this, Fire Sage Demon's name is Snow Demon, so who knows?
Yep. Okay, so we're another box at 2996. What is this? Oh, okay.
We're going to get into the kind of boring stuff for the next couple, because this is just going to be Foggate stuff, I think.
Yeah, that's Foggate. That's the direction cylinder is 2997. This is the other side of the fog gate.
Why is there a cylinder on the outside? Boss room escape event.
Unused. Oh, yeah, because I was just about to say I was realizing there was one outside as well, and I was confused by that.
Okay.
So unused,
yeah,
like
this and the next one are the exit ones.
Yeah, unused walking back out of the fog. They wound up doing that with the Seath first encounter, but that's not a thing here.
Yeah.
Cool. So there's this outside cylinder right here. And it is, let me double check the exact ID on that one. That one is 2994.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, let me scroll. Sorry, I realized that, I didn't scroll down on the page far enough to show that one. So hopefully that's visible now. I think it is. Yeah. I have a feeling it was something to do with like a boss here being optional potentially. It might have been entirely conceivable that they wanted you to be able to just walk back out of the fog if you just realized you didn't want to fight her, instead of having to go jump from the plank. You just turn around and leave. Continue exploring the level more.
What do we call this? Because it's not really an I don't want to say exit fog gate, because that kind of implies that it's like the fog gate on the way out of the boss fight.
Yeah.
But I don't want to call it entrance fog gate 2, so
yeah, call it exit fog gate. I'm okay with that.
Okay.
In all honesty, because we'll just call, when we get to Seath, we'll call it that as well.
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fun. Yeah, it's not inconceivable that like you just have to not fight the boss. She says go jump from the plank, but you could just be like, you know what? There were a couple side areas where I didn't get all the loot, and you could just.
I'm kind of surprised that they removed that. I mean,
Yeah.
I understand that you wouldn't have much else to do, but like as it is, you're kind of like, well, what if I wanted to remain in the painted world?
Well,
I guess you just have to homeward bone or something.
Here's the thing that I can see is that
Or
with
quit out. But.
the Seath first encounter, he's invincible and he's like in a closed off room. So like if you started the fight, there'd be nothing to stop you from just leaving during the boss fight, because again, you can leave during the first Seath encounter. And so they would have to set it up differently, right? They'd have to like find a way to disable that event if she was aggroed, I guess. So maybe that's why they didn't want to do it, because if she's aggroed, then you could come over here. I don't know if she would ever go to the side of the fog gate, but maybe you could attack her through the fog gate.
I mean, they have to do that for the current way that you can leave the fight, right? Like there's a region there. They just say that if the fight has started, you're not allowed to jump off the plank.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%.
Oh.
Yeah, you're right. That wouldn't be that hard to set up. Yeah. Again, small like quality of life thing. I kind of think that would actually be the superior way to set this up, is let you leave.
Because I know people would say, oh, you can just use a homeward bone or quit and reload because that'll put you outside the fog gate. But like both of those are not necessarily something that would occur to you. Certainly the second one is kind of takes you out of the game in some ways.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm surprised they removed it, but who knows?
Cool. That's just also cool to see. Again, it's like the most minor of cut content that can possibly exist, but it is interesting to think about. Okay, what is next down the list? We have 995. Oh no, we just did 995. So this is 510.
Yeah. This is at the start of the level.
Okay. I didn't know you were a VTuber. Yeah, I'm a Vagrant tuber. Where it's very start of the level, I'm guessing, is what you meant.
Yeah.
Yep. Here it is. Yeah, it's another positioning thing for, getting here from Anne Orlando, clearly. Or wait, no, are we at the bottom of the list already?
No, we're not.
We're not. Okay, so it's not an Invader spawn location. Again, I do not dare mess with cutscene things again, lest we repeat the crash from last time. Warp from King's Castle 2 point. Yeah, thank you 4L. Yeah, clearly. For winding up
the internal name for Inner Londo is King's Castle 2, because King's Castle 1 is Sens.
Hell yeah, yeah. That's right. Hey, thanks for the kind words, Corum. What'd you find?
The next ones we're back to Crow Hell.
Okay.
It's these regions that we were looking at before.
This is
so I'm just gonna
2020 and oh yeah, all of these ones. That's right. Yeah, more Crow Hell. Yeah, you can just put in Crow stuff. Like again, we can iron out specifics later because yeah. Here's one of them.
Imagine actually look at these. Yeah, this is the trigger region for it in theory, but of course you were having a hard time getting it to work, so
yeah, it could. I don't know if there was a check for like being in there a certain amount of time or what was going on.
I didn't see anything like that, but again, there's like 10 different events for it. This is the Hellkite of the painted world, I think.
Gotcha. Yeah, and so there are absolutely regions where we expect them to be up here, down here, up here, but there's one in the courtyard again, which I just don't remember being a thing. So like I'm really gonna have to do some messing around to see if we can get crow demons to come after you while you're in the courtyard. Again, specifically not having aggroed them in the tower and them like winding up on the bottom level and chasing you out into the courtyard. Like we have to rule that out. Yeah, so I that's the one that's most mysterious to me, is whatever this one in the courtyard is supposed to be.
People in chat are talking about Priscilla's initial development role, hence her internal name, Heroine. She was Bonfire lady, basically. And so DS1 is the game that lacks a level up lady. So you just get Bonfire Chan.
And thank God, honestly, because like
yes,
like
I don't like that. The fact that every other game has something like that. I know it's like tradition or whatever, and I know people like those NPCs, but I like being able to level up with the Bonfire.
I like being able to level up the Bonfire. Let me do my own thing. You already peaked in Demon Souls with that concept. I'm good. Like, is Emerald Herald kind of cool still? Sure. Do I care about the Firekeeper from Dark Souls 3? Nah, we're running out of steam. And you can tell how Elden Ring wanted to split the difference on that concept. They're like, okay, we're gonna finally relent and let people just do shit at bonfires. But you know what? She'll show up every now and again for dialogue and stuff like that, and then she'll help you like level up when she does show up. That was a clever way of like splitting the difference on that design, but yeah, exactly, Geb. Alright, we will just ignore those for now and move on. Let me scroll down the spreadsheet.
I'm going to take a break to run to the restroom.
Sure. And then
the next three you should be able to find fairly easily. They're back in Priscilla's area, and if you scroll down, chat should be able to help translate it. It's, I think, very interesting.
Cool.
I'll be right back.
Sounds good. This is the 1F box. I had it. I had a feeling. I saw it 1F. Although, wait, hold on. Was that something else that I drew? No, that's it. So we actually have floor. Is that what it means? First floor, second floor, third floor. Again, more references to the multiple floors of the boss room. You love to see it. Alright, so that's first floor. I'm guessing second floor is the boss room itself. Yep, and then third floor is going to be some non-existent one floating above it. Yep. There we go. So to retoggle them all again. Floor number 1. Floor number 2. Floor number 3.
have returned.
Yep. As soon as I saw 1F in the name of it, I'm like, that's first floor. And like, so I just knew, I knew they were talking about the tower. And exactly, first floor is the bottom one below. Second floor is the actual boss fight and room space, whatever you want to call it. And third floor is the one above it. So.
Yeah. The name of this event, because I didn't see anybody say it, but it is interesting to me. I believe this is cut because it's not used anywhere. Dust generation.
Yeah, for breakable floors and stuff. Yeah. Because again, the floors were supposed to be breakable. It wasn't just going to be an open staircase on different levels. Like there are animations for an object floor breaking.
But I don't know if this is the breakable floor or if this is more dust stuff, like from the Gargs.
Well, I see they're probably linked in the sense that like when a floor, like before it breaks, like it probably shakes dust every now and again, or like as it's breaking, like just something to pair with the object collapsing probably.
Yeah, I think that would be, especially if you were on the lower level. Again, I'm surprised they haven't reused this anywhere. Maybe it was just bad or unfun or something. But like you're on the lower level and then the floor starts to break as the boss like breaks the floor above you and like comes down on you. I feel like that really hasn't been explored to the same degree.
Right. They clearly wanted to do it in Dark Souls 1 multiple times. So they gotta, I want to see their next Souls game have like you're climbing up a tall tower and there's like constantly dust falling as like something's thrashing about above. Like, yeah. All right, let's scroll down the spreadsheet then, so we know what those are. There's cut dust event.
Yeah, again, unfortunately, this doesn't survive anywhere. Probably because the event would have been very simple and just, hey, spawn an effect or something. So, yeah, unfortunately, we don't get to see exactly what they were thinking of when it would do this. If it was when the floor was about to break, or if the boss is just walking around up there or something, kind of like what we get the sense of with the gargoyles. But, well, the name is good enough, I guess.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Snipes was asking what are we looking for exactly right now. We're just going through all of the like event regions and like logic regions in the game. Just to see if we find weird stuff. In our first stream, we learned of a bunch of different like cut traps and weird little events that would have been in the Undead Burg. So most of them are going to be normal things. It'll be like something very obvious, like, oh, this is the trigger for a boss cutscene. We'll just see like a box that renders in the environment and we'll know what it is. Sometimes it's weird crap that we have to like figure out what it is. And the goal is to go through all of them to see what new content we can discover. So now we are on cylinder, whatever the hell this is.
This one's at least you're near to. It's on this bridge.
It's on this bridge. Okay. This is telling the Heavy Knight where to jump down to?
Yeah, that's right. Well,
Yeah.
kind of. This is his new home position.
New home position.
And, as 4L notes again on the translation, they call him a big skeleton.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's a little weird. Oh, there you go. He's at his
and then
updated
if
home
you turn
position.
on the next one, it's the trigger region for it.
Cool. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, that's exactly what I'd picture, like a rectangular box just covering the width of the bridge. And yeah, it's important here to have a new home position because if you ran away and de-aggroed him and he wanted to go back to his home position, it would not go so well if he was trying to get back up to an out-of-bounds location, like... So.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and again, that's pretty clearly, like, they wanted this guy to drop down to you. There's one for sure that was cut from the Undead Burg, and then the other cut trap was pretty clearly this as well. So, they kept playing around with ways to have this guy jump down to you, and this is the one we got. Very fun.
Yeah, and I do wonder if they, based on the name, if all of these guys were initially like actual skeletons and this guy was a big skeleton.
A giant skeleton, right.
Yeah. Or if they just, early level maybe didn't know what to call the undead. right? They could be skeletons, but yeah, I think I lean more towards they actually thought they were going to be skeletons, and then went, well, we should probably make these hollows or something. But
yeah,
they finally got
that feels right.
Night,
okay, so this is more crow stuff. Oh wait, no, I forgot I had these drawn on from before.
Yeah. Because I know I don't think so.
yeah. Wait, hold on. Yeah, I got to de-render these.
Yeah, I guess there was some information about Nito maybe being a boss. He's not in any of the dummied out enemies, but I believe I heard about that at some point, that he was also considered for the boss of the Painted World.
I don't remember the source on that. I think that was revealed through like an interview somewhere or something, but I don't think there's actual like stuff in the game telling you that Nito is considered to be here.
Yeah, so potentially that would make sense with skeletons then.
It makes me wonder if they just like forgot and said the wrong thing. You know, like maybe they actually just meant the Demon Fire Sage was meant to be here, but like they were, you know, spitballing other ideas, and someone once said Nito for like 2 seconds or something like that, and you know. Hey, thanks so much for this super chat, Tom Guy. Any plans for Bloodborne Dissected now that emulation is getting better? Thanks for the videos and all of your hard work. 100%. Yeah, absolutely.
I would love to do something like this for Bloodborne, to be honest. Bloodborne is one of my favorite games, so yeah.
We will definitely do stuff like this for Bloodborne. I haven't actually tried emulating it yet, which is kind of crazy to say. Like, I don't know why I haven't tried getting around to it yet. Kind of a dereliction of duty at this point. But that's not to say that I'm not super stoked for the prospect of not just running it in emulation, but more importantly, running debug for it. Because I think that exists, right? Like, it's somewhere out there. I haven't even really looked into that. I don't know if I have to talk to Lance McDonald or someone, but yeah, like super excited to mess around in Bloodborne. Now what? So we were trying to do 2300.
Yep. This is 4L has translated. This is Phalanx falling down or collapsing or crumbling or whatever. So this is back in the Phalanx area, obviously.
This is the trigger for making them jostle loose, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I think this is supposed to be, you get close enough and the Phalanx falls apart, basically.
Yeah. Let me just rerun that while they're actually here in the map. This is 2300 again. I keep getting a little lost in here because they're not always ordered in a way numerically that you have to find like the group. Where the hell? Here we go. Yeah, we can try to make them break formation from the furthest anyone has ever done it. There we go. That's funny. Not that no one's ever rounded that corner before, but I mean that's kind of like well, okay. Next one is okay. This is checkpoint. This is Foggate stuff. So we're gonna find. Yep. Foggate. And the other side of the Foggate. Again, this relates to Foggates having directionality to them, where if you go through the intended direction in the level, it says traverse the white light, because this is the intended direction. They're not expecting you to take a shortcut, but you could easily take a shortcut, because this is a survivable fall. You can just... You can also jump over like railings there earlier in the level, but again, this is free. You can just do this. And go through, and it says enter the white light instead of traverse the white light. Slightly different message depending on the direction you approach a Foggate from. Very silly. Why did they bother?
Can you tell which region number is which, so I can
Yeah. So 602 is traverse the white light. And 603... Yeah, 603 is enter through the white light. Yeah, the fact that it's like one's for like the reverse side of a fog gate, but like the words they used are traverse and enter. I'm like, those are not opposites. Like, it's just very strange. It's Dark Souls 2. I'm forgetting the wording in Dark Souls 2, but it's translated in a way that makes more sense for the directionality.
I think it's like in reverse or something like that if you're going the wrong way.
Yeah. It's something that like more logically describes the situation. But yeah, it's like traverse versus enter. It's like those both just kind of sort of mean the same thing. So that's like a little confusing.
Oh boy. We're back to the logic ones, which are not my favorite because I have to look at AI scripts.
Here we go. Good news is there's not really a ton of them actually. I think
I know what the first several are.
Is it more crow bullshit?
No, it's undead dragon like detection regions.
Oh yeah,
He needs to know where you are to do his thing.
Let's see. That's right. Yeah, because there's always, does he attack to the left? Does he attack to the right? Does he puke down the middle?
I think these will be interesting to see because...
So we're going to see at least 3 for puke direction. Yep, this is 125 is puke left.
Which internally is called puke right because it's from his position, I guess.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay. That's really fun. That's funny. I didn't even know it was going to like specify that. Yeah, so this has got to be puke right, or the actual puke left from whatever they're calling it.
Should I reverse these or leave them stage left and stage right? I don't know.
Yeah, you can call them how the game calls it. It's fine. We'll, okay. We'll remember it's from his perspective, or we'll never remember, but also never look at these and think about them again.
Yeah.
Wait, what was 127 though?
I think that's puke right, but further away.
And back up. Oh yeah. There's a. Wait, so
I don't know if that's just an extension of the region. Like I'd have to go look at his AI.
Yeah,
or if he actually does something different if you're in that region.
It's stringing together. So I know he definitely pukes at. Oh, but wait, it's in the back corner. It doesn't actually go on the staircase. Yeah, wait, what? Hold on. Let me de-render all of these and start over. It's a little confusing. So we're saying it's kind of like... Yeah, why does it have this bonus region behind it? Because I was going to say, oh, he still pukes at you when you're up on the staircase, but I'm kind of like... That's as close as he gets to the staircase, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. Let's find out. I know from a certain distance he'll do swipe attacks. I don't know if that relates to... No, but this region is massive enough to... He wouldn't swipe from there. He'll only puke. Oh, yeah, I gotta re-enable their AI. Okay, but like, what is this region back here? And is it truly any different? Maybe the one in the back, further away from him, is for only puking, and then the region closer to him allows for puking or swipes, depending on your distance or something?
Oh, let me see. It does actually call out as doing a different action. I just need to compare it to the other one.
Yeah, because there should be swipes if we get... Or maybe not. Do we have to get even closer to his hand? That doesn't seem right. No, maybe it is only puking. Do we have to go even closer to his hand to get...
Not sure.
Yeah, maybe he only pukes if I'm completely inside the box.
The far box or the close box?
Okay, well, he's still swiped there, although that could be a leftover. Yeah, no, I think
like there's no overlap. I think the close ones he never pukes.
No, I think both of them are for puking. They're just like they just divided it among two different boxes. So the one in further back is puke, and the closer one is puke, and then it's just outside of the closer puke one is where he can start doing his swipes again. But yeah, I think as long as we're inside either of them, he only pukes. I don't know why they would divide it among two regions to do the same thing. Instead of just making it a longer box. Alright, is this different?
Oh, I was looking at the wrong region, I'm stupid.
Is this different in any way?
Okay, I'm looking at... Never mind, I'm being dumb. Yeah, it's literally just checking if you're in one region or the other. It doesn't... Okay. Yeah, there is no difference between them.
That's so weird that they... Okay, yeah, they didn't do that as...
Weird.
Yeah, like that's weird. Okay.
Sorry, I got confused. There's too many regions. Yeah, that's odd. I don't know why they... It's not like they're of different size and shape and stuff. They could have just made it one big one.
Yep, that's exactly what I was thinking. Who knows? Maybe it could be left over from them thinking where if you're further back rather than a flow like that, maybe it could have been like a spitball, like, you know, like...
Well, yeah. They could have made the one further back, like, go up the stairs. So if you were actually on the stairs, he would have done this.
Yeah.
Not that it's effective in its current state, but I could see them making that division right there because that is roughly where the stairs are aligned with. Like, if you midpoint there.
An earlier intention to have more elaborate, like, positioning stuff, and then they just didn't really bother.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that takes care of that. Who's the next logic for?
Well, there's more dragon stuff.
Okay. Let's see. I wonder if now we're going to see ones for swipes and stuff like that.
Yeah, so.
Okay. Yeah, I was wondering if there weren't regions for the swipes and if it was just like AI and that we were outside of the puke boxes, but... Yeah, no, there's regions for the swipes. Yeah. So 2121 is like right swipe or whatever.
Yeah.
2123 is centered swipe. I don't know what he does when you get very close to his head.
I've never stood there. I feel like that's a stupid idea. I don't know what he does.
Yeah, I don't know what he does there either. We can go investigate, I guess.
I'll just say swipe center for now. I like that this is like should be really obvious, but neither of us know the answer because why would you stand right in front of?
Yeah, why would you say it? I would always attack his hand. Yeah, it's swipe center. Let's go. Hell yeah. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen him do that. Yeah, because if you're going to kill him with melee, you just run up and smack the hands between...
Oh, this is interesting. There's
cycles.
Two regions. If you get really close, it's swipe, and there's a further away region that's bite, apparently.
Oh, okay, yeah. Hold on. Yeah, this one.
2120 is the center region that's bite, maybe?
Yeah, here we go. Yeah, exactly. let's pull
again,
the camera and see this animation that, yeah, like... That's cool.
I feel bad that I feel like I've never seen this attack. I mean, maybe I ran through there at some point and like he did it, but you know, I'm already past it and the camera's looking at it.
Yeah, you can't get a clear look. But yeah, anyone who settles into combat just baits out like puke center, run in, hit the hand a few times. So no one's like running right up in his face and tanking it all, right? I mean, I guess you could, but I don't think I've ever seen anyone do that. Just doesn't seem like a common sense approach to fighting him. Let's scroll down the list.
Yeah, it's clearly more of a stage hazard than a complicated fight.
Exactly.
The next set is actually something that should make sense. I think it's real. I'm going to go check on it. But this is back in the courtyard. You could probably look at the next 5 in a row. They're all similarly named, 1 through 5.
Oh, okay. Oops, which one did I left something on here, though. There we go.
If these are real.
Oh, I should tell enemies to chill out again? Okay. You said they were around the courtyard?
Yeah, they should be.
Oh, yeah, there's one. Okay.
I don't know that these are used, but they should be. I don't really understand why they... Oh, no, I see them. Okay, never mind.
What is this? So it just kind of clips through... It's like a bar the width of the entrance to the Jeremiah area.
Yep.
Yeah. Here we go. We can see it from underneath. We can see it better. Yeah, I don't have a guess what this would be used for, if it is used.
Yeah, so this one goes across Jeremiah's area. There's one in front of the shortcut door. There's one in front of the door to the Crow Tower. There's one in front of the entire like open area that's near where you go to the annex, like that whole section.
Oh yeah. What the hell?
And then there's another one that is also in that area near the annex stairs. This blocks the Phalanx in the same way that we saw the slime getting blocked.
We have more. We have more.
Can't follow you through them.
They can't even go in the church. They can't even go to the church that
Apparently
they're
not.
right next to. How did I not know this? Okay, hold on. Let's go.
So this should work the same way that the slimes work, where they
just gonna get
literally
stuck on
can't enter it. They turn around.
Let's go. Come over here, nerds. I dare ya. Look at that. I had no idea. I had no idea that you could just... They couldn't even follow you just into this one little room over here. It was less surprising that they couldn't follow you in here because it's near a fog gate, so I kind of assumed that the central tower, like that would never seemed as weird to me that they didn't follow you in there. But yeah, I did not guess that this. I did not know this was a thing.
Yeah,
That's
I mean, I guess they'd be awkward to fight, maybe, or they'd be really easy. But yeah, I just never even thought to try it, and I guess it doesn't work.
It's like an extra consideration I didn't even think about when I made the invisible walls video, because we talk about invisible enemy walls. But the reason to do this instead is because they do want Jeremiah and enemies like that to be able to follow you around the level more. They just specifically didn't want the Phalanx leaving the courtyard too much, so
Yeah, and I think these are also hard to tell because if you took control of a Phalanx right now, you should be able to drive it through this region no problem because you're its AI, right? So
yeah, let me give that a shot.
You'd never know.
What are the Phalanx? Are they 25? No. 28. Let me pick one that's closer to it. Here. What? What is that? Oh, I debug dashed him by accident. I was like, why is he going so fast? That doesn't make any sense. Oh, their turnaround animation is horrendously slow. I don't know what this angle is I'm walking at, but yeah, so I can force them through. So yeah, it's not a hard boundary, but it's like an AI like boundary kind of thing. Yeah, that's really neat.
These are some messed up looking enemies. I never really looked too carefully at them.
Yeah, once you realize like they
really gross.
They do have legs like splaying out behind them backwards. It's not pleasant. Cool. Well, yeah, so I guess we have I forgot what we called it earlier in the doc, but
yeah. Spoken Clause says, couldn't they have made an enemy wall for only the Phalanx specifically? I don't know if they have the ability to do that in Dark Souls 1.
Yeah, they can in Dark Souls 2. Well, I'm going to say can loosely, because we never learned the specifics of that system, like if it's different groups of enemies and how they're grouped into the different categories. But they did customize per enemy invisible walls in Dark Souls 2. I don't think that exists in Dark Souls 1. Or any other Souls game, probably. I think it's Dark Souls 2 exclusive. Because in Dark Souls 3, I talked about in the Invisible Walls video, they started pulling shit where it was like an invisible wall that's hovering like 7 feet above the ground. And it's like, oh, you're letting short guys like walk underneath it, and you clearly put that there just so the big enemy couldn't get through it. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Like clever enemy size hacks for the invisible wall.
Clever, but again, you probably should just do the DS2 thing, which was substantially more elegant in my opinion.
Yeah. Dark Souls 2 was just like, yeah, way fancier about that, being like, oh wait, like a pig can go through this, but a spider can't? Okay, got it. Like, pretty cool. Alright, it's time to scroll down in the spreadsheet.
Yeah, we got a bunch of -1s. I'm going to go through them. Some of these do have indices before we get to the invader points at the end. But I'm just going to check the rest of these as usual.
Sure. Did I miss one in the spreadsheet? What is this? 2021 box? Oh yeah, no, I missed a couple. 2980. Oh, 2980 doesn't exist in?
It's a point.
Ah, okay, that's why.
Be able to see it. That's unfortunate. Let me see what this is, actually.
We might have finally found the real crow attack point. We might have finally...
This is interesting. Okay, so this missing point is right next to the... there's a sphere next to it, actually. It's the SFX sphere that should be... It doesn't have a entity ID right after it. These are cut, I think. These are right out in the entrance courtyard just before the shortcut door. And they are talking about the Fountain of Recovery.
The what?
So, yeah, the healing fountain. There's a spawn point for it, I guess. Yeah.
Huh. Because this is like the first map that they were designing, like, did they not even have bonfires figured out yet? Like,
I think that's the case.
Yeah. They had some sort of healing node. Like, cool. Pre-bonfire.
So yeah, there's a sound effect and a visual effect there. Apparently.
Do those exist anymore?
No, they're not linked to anything. It doesn't look like.
Damn it.
And they don't appear to show up in the scripts, so I'm not too surprised by that. That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
But,
so
so that, I mean, it kind of makes sense that if this is the starting area, then maybe they just, hey, right at the start of the area, well, that's obviously where you're going to have your healing fountain or whatever. So they just said, here, I guess it's right here at this door. So.
So I'm going to tiptoe into this region.
Yes, this says something about bird items.
Boom.
So,
there we go. There we go. So this is the actual. So those other things, who knows what the, like you said, unused variants. I don't know. I like how we looked at like multiple boxes in this area and none of them had anything to do with what we were looking for until now.
Yeah, that's like I said, I got to look at these these crows thing because I think half of it's going to be cut content or something.
At least we found the real one.
But it's way down here with the rest of this like cut content stuff.
That is weird.
And it's named in a similar way too. As it got "get" in all caps in the middle of it. I don't know.
Yeah, that is funny.
Also, it's like if you look at the entity ID, it should start with 110 for Painted World, but it starts with 120. So.
Oh yikes! Oh, that's sloppy. Yeah, that's weird. The hell.
Which is either secretly comes from Darkroot, which is almost certainly not the case.
Right.
Well, are there birds in Darkroot? No, there's Batwing demons.
There's dummied out Batwing demons. Yeah.
So I don't know what went on here.
Yeah, they just like a typo on the number or something like that, and it just got sorted further down the list. Yeah, I don't know. At least it's here and it functions. I'm kind of surprised it's like not like broken in some way.
Yeah.
And then I think you have a bunch more negative ones again.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because now I'm getting to the end of I'm getting to invasion spawn locations, or the final set of boxes from my end.
Yeah, you can go look at those, I guess, if you.
Yeah. I'll try,
and then I'll look at the other minus ones. So.
I'll try to remember where these are again. So, one invasion spawn location is at the starting bridge. Here it is. Next invasion spawn location is on top of the tower. Yep, you're invaded from up here. I remember it was always a goal to kill a host with a plunging attack at the very bottom of the level. Did I ever pull that off? I definitely landed on someone and didn't kill them because they had full health. But I can't remember if I ever actually landed a kill that way. I definitely tried a bunch. Then where are the other two? Is there one in the bone wheel area? Is it in the... Oh, well, here's one. It's just in the courtyard? Oh, yeah, it's in this weird nook in the annex rooftop area. That's right. Off to the side from the Ember. And the other one is... Oh, man, I really don't remember where this last one is. It's not something boring, is it? Like, it's not just, like, on this walkway or some crap.
I found something interesting that you won't be able to see because it's a point. I'm just going to put it in chat because I think Google was probably translating this correctly. But, yeah, it's, I think, probably a flag for a, like, midpoint bonfire or a mid-level bonfire. Google translates it as a resting place for the undead. And it's just in the area that has the 3 or 4 bloated guys where the Black Phantom one is, that region. There's just a point in the center that says that. So maybe that was a consideration for that, or maybe they are literally describing this as like to the level designers, like, hey, this is a place where the undead hang out. I don't know what that means. Because it's just a point. It's not like used for anything. So I'm not sure. But it's next to the bonfire stuff, I think.
Man, I really don't remember where where the hell this last Invader spawn location is.
And then there's another box after it that's right next to the actual bonfire that is respawn point for return items. I don't know what that means. Does that mean that like drift items would have been forced to spawn right next to the bonfire? I don't understand what return items mean.
Maybe they were like experimenting with the early versions of like forced character treasure or like a Firelink chest. Like,
yeah, I don't know. Anyway, this doesn't have a entity ID, so it can't be referenced by anything.
Huh.
Yeah, and then the actual spawn point, and then there's a spawn point in the upper floor of the boss room.
Hell yeah. Weird.
That is everything, I think, for the Painted World. So
cool. I think we could probably call it here.
Yeah, I gotta eat.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's a good stopping point for me. It's a shame that a crash had to break the second stream up into two different segments or whatever. These VODs are unlisted by default as soon as I stop streaming, and I have to like eat right away. So, in other words, when you go to the live tab, like after this is done, you're not going to see the VODs for them probably for like a couple hours or whatever, is all to say. But yeah, they'll be up later tonight. I did forget to add chapters to the last randomizer, so I have some catching up to do with like actually tagging these things. But either way, VODs for these will be available in a couple hours. And thanks again, Hot Pocket, for helping out. Nothing quite as spicy as like some of the unused traps in the Undead Burg, but there's still weird stuff happening here in the Painted World. The alternate floor stuff with Priscilla is like where like most of it is.
And I think that's like a little bit muted by, well, clearly everybody who cares about cut content already knew about this stuff because it's really obvious from just looking at it in a map viewer or anything like that. I think the sleeper hit for me is the crows, just because I'm interested in the actual like logic being applied here. I'm very curious what's actually going on there because I didn't realize it was quite so involved in maybe a cut way that they were potentially looking to do something a little bit more complicated.
Right, exactly.
And we did do Firelink, so we get Firelink out of the way. I mean, nothing super interesting there, but we did see some Hellkite stuff and learn something about the Firebomb Hollow. So yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So this has been cool. Oh, cool. Awesome. Thank you for L. Yeah. In a couple hours, like I'll send you some links there. I really appreciate that. Yeah. So we'll see you next time. If you're around next weekend, I'll touch base to see. But so Thursday stream will probably just be a randomizer run again. But we'll try to not wait too long for the next data mining stream because I like doing this a lot. So. So thanks everyone for stopping by and hanging out, and we'll catch you next time. Have a good night.